It's Tuesday, July 25th, 2023. My team. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. It's been quite a year. I see a lot of year in review tweets, a lot of what was your favorite card tweets, a lot of this card needs an Evo tweet or Invincible tweet. So it kind of got me thinking about what a year it's been. When you go way back to the Wayback Machine, before we pre-ordered 2K23. Ramsey, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, Tim.
Good to hear. Did you play 2K22 by any chance?
I did.
You did? Okay. That's one of the questions I have leading into everybody coming into 2K23, because I did not play 2K22. So, again, I have kind of a unique story. I'm glad I played 2K23, long story short. How was 2K22 for you, in a nutshell?
2K22 was cool.
Anything stand out? Anything? Because like for 2K21,
I liked Clutch Time a lot.
That's
22.
22. Yeah, that's
Clutch Time.
And then co-op was the new mode this year. So they're making progress.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, if co-op was around for the last two previous 2Ks, where we could be right now.
Oh yeah, and where we could be right now is kind of the preface of my intro of where you could be right now next year, and this is to anybody, or where even motivating myself of what to do different moving into 2K24, or what to do more of the same. Because I did not play 2K22. I bought 2K23 after a poll I ran for my 43 Twitter followers back in August. And it was an affirmative answer. They said, yes, I should buy 2K23. And so I started being more active. And this could be anybody's path. I've been hanging around the community for a couple years now, but decided to be more active on Twitter. And one thing I did early in the game is I badged up a Clyde from the trophy case. And a lot of people were badging up cards to sell. I've never had good luck doing that back in 21, I guess. Always lost MT and lost my badges. Hoff badges are like gold. But I got 100 likes on that tweet when I tweeted that I badged up Clyde. And there I was hooked. Hooked on the whole social media thing. And it goes back to, there was a couple of spaces that Jimmy and Floki put on before 2K23 came out. And I thought it was an awesome way for people to interact, that you don't necessarily have to be a content creator to be part of the community. That's the most wonderful thing about this community is you get to judge your level of interaction. You get to decide your level of interaction. And you can reap the benefits of being more active. And so I was in the spaces, and there was other spaces, but the first solo space was November 22nd. And again, the trophy case grind is going on, still tweeting about strats. I'm falling behind on this because I'm just the Twitter guy back then. I'm trying to give out information on stuff that I find out about. And then in January started streaming on Twitch. And still the community, the support has been unbelievable. It's still unbelievable. So March made a YouTube. And my win for today is just checking YouTube. The ad revenue now buys the base version of 2K24. It doesn't qualify for me to even get a check yet, so I don't know how that's going to work, but that's my win. And then along this journey, played in some qualifiers, all right, and tweeted about it. And I even streamed some of them. I went 1-1 in a qualifier against Ishmop and Asian Boy. I beat Ishmop handily, made him quit. And then I got whooped, quit in the second quarter against Asian Boy. He's very good. Now, Ishmop's very good too. But I knew the names. That's what was the cool thing about it. Knew the names. And then I went 1-1 in another qual, and then I got destroyed by Rice, and I was lucky enough to interview him on a space. And there's so much stuff that's happened this year that I forget a lot of what's happened. The community has made 2K23 for me. There's been cards, there's been cool things along the way, but holy cow, the interactions that we've been able to have with each other. And again, it's a choose your own adventure. This whole content creation, you hang out with who you want. You decide to like the tweets of who you want. You go into the streams of who you want, and it's almost the closest thing you can get to free will. And that's a whole nother discussion if free will actually exists. But I forget so much of what happened this year because so much cool stuff has happened, and it's still happening. I'm still, I have to say, I'm the only person that got to interview both DFS, both Jimmy and DBG on consecutive weeks. Thank you, Jimmy Crackcorn, for reminding me that. And then I'm also probably the only person that was rated on Twitch by Jimmy and DBG on consecutive weeks. So if that doesn't say how amazing this community is, and still got interviews to premiere. A couple coming up even this week is IJ Josh and Cabrillo. IJ Josh on Friday, Cabrillo on Saturday. And just an announcement, there won't be a Tuesday space next week. I'm very busy, but it'll be a little bit of hit or miss until 2K24 rolls in, but we're not done. That's just a quick scheduling thing. But then the week after that, we got Ramsey coming out on Friday and DBG interview on Saturday. That's August 4th and 5th. So there's the community's still paying dividends about how, again, the interactions. And I know everyone says, even me says, bring on 2K24, but wow, thank you 2K23. Before we pack it up, and then there's a quote to go back to, again, a lot of the people that are in this space right now, you guys know me. You guys saw where I came from. Just chatting with you guys, and it goes back and okay, I got a quote here. I don't know how to transition to this quote, but I thought it was a great quote by his name's Mouse at MWS on Twitter, and it goes along to the content creation because anybody can be a content creator. It's a whole nother hobby, job. I guess it depends on how you approach it. But he says, and he's been doing this a long time. I'm very new to all this, so I agree with this quote. Most successful creators you meet likely made content for years that barely anyone saw. Then eventually they found success because they were patient. Nowadays, most new content creators, consider quitting after a month of no progress. They want immediate results or quit. It's funny to me. End quote. And it goes along with the hyper-caffeinated society of immediate results, immediate benefits. And I've seen it. I don't want to call out anybody names, but you see it, and you hope people the best, and you hope they get through the mental roadblocks and the hurdles that keep them from pushing forward or getting down on themselves. Because again, we are our own biggest critic, and we have to turn that into our own biggest cheerleader. And once in a while we go through it, but as long as we have good people around us, we pull us out. And that's what I've tried to do. Again, a unique experience. I've had the most unique 2K23 experience, content creation experience, just with the people that gave up an hour of their time to talk to me. And I'm so excited about the ones even after DBG. I got Jimmy coming up, Ty Debo, JD crossover, Hollow J, and CP the Doc. That rounds out the first season, I guess, of the interview show. I'd like to keep doing it next in 2K24. But you never know. We'll see. It's been a blast. And speaking of surrounding yourself with good people, Ramsey. my co-op partner, my co-op sweat from back in the day.
What's up, Tim?
There, I had to get that out of the way. And that's what Jimmy has to deal with on a weekly basis. Once in a while, I just break into a monologue, and you were patient and you waited it out, and I appreciate that. And
hey, listen, you were cooking. I'll let you cook, huh?
there you go. Okay, so we go back to 2K22. We're getting done. Did you pre-order 2K23?
No.
No? Okay. You weren't sold on it? Or at this point you were still a Madden sweat? Or what?
Listen, I don't usually pre-order 2Ks. I always get them, but I don't pre-order 2K.
Okay. There wasn't any sauce of the early order? You didn't want the all-access pass for the NBA?
Yeah, no. I watch enough NBA. Listen, I have all kinds of ways to watch all the games that I need to watch.
What about a free agent Wemby card? Would that be enough to sell you on a pre-order?
Nah, they can have them.
Yeah.
They can have them.
Okay, but you did end up buying it. You did end up buying the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And were you on weekend one? Because I was not on weekend one. I was out of town. Didn't realize how important it was to be on weekend one until because that was the trophy case. That was the introduction to the trophy case.
Are you talking weekend one of 22 or 23?
No, 23. I'm sorry, 23.
Oh, buddy, I didn't even play 2K23. Now listen to this. This is the crazy part. This is gonna sound crazy. I know it is. I had 2K the entire time. I didn't play 2K until season 3.
Really? What?
I didn't play this 2K because I didn't. That's why when people were like, "Oh, I remember Scottie Pippen," I was thinking, "Oh, I forgot he was a reward." Yeah. So I didn't even. But I was on Madden. When I tell you, I was sweating the Madden street so hard. Like my team was like the best at the time for what it was early on and stuff. So yeah, I was on Madden. I was always talking to everybody 2K because I knew cards. So I would just be like, this card come out, this card. So I would stay in the loop of every 2K drop and news.
That's why I was totally tricked. I thought you had 2K because you were all up on the cards and everything. You knew about all of them.
Well, I had it. It was just sitting there. It really was.
Just
I was like,
dust.
and then I was like, let's see. And then I hopped in, and then I was like, oh, what's the co-op? And I was like, okay. And then I think one of the first co-op cards I ever ran was the LeBron.
LeBron, 'tis the season. What's
the LeBron and then the Dwight Howard, the Dwight Howard and the Hakeem, that first Hakeem that came out. Yep. Those are the first 3 cards I ran ever. I think in co-op.
Oh yeah, see, yep. And I remember running with you and LeBron, and so we're gonna skip ahead on your 2K experience then because you don't remember the Shades of sets because that was season 1. But
no.
But I guess, did you get into the takeover grind, the 2-week takeovers? Because it seemed like I know some of them were very hard to get, but some of them weren't. But there was enough for everybody to be happy, those 2-week takeover players.
I did a few. I think I did a few.
Yeah, I didn't get most of them, but then just kind of looking back, that the end of season 2, all of a sudden the RNG went nuts, and we got a bunch of them into season 3. And then that brings us to season 4.
Be careful with that word RNG now.
Oh yeah.
Some people have it. Some people don't. You know.
Oh, 100%.
I wish I had it, but you know.
Oh yeah. Thanks for Rick, by the way. Rick Smits. Still love that guy. But okay, season 4. Season 4. Then Ramsey meets Yao.
Oh yeah, that was a that was a fun time.
But season 4 was also a tweet from 2K saying, "Yo, if y'all bought that MT,
Yeah, and and I should have seen the downfall happening. And listen. I knew it should have been too good to be true because I was trying to get Yao all day. I had the MT, and I just needed to get Yao. I wanted Yao during the day, and I couldn't get him. So I'm just up, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm getting pissed off. And so I put a bid down, and it's like 10:30 at night, and I run downstairs, and I'm talking to my mom. I'm locking the house up, and I'm like, oh snap, I gotta go back upstairs and check the bid. And then I saw that I won them, and I go crazy. I'm like, let's go, I got Big China. And my mom's like, who? I'm like, don't worry about it, I got Yao. Oh, I'm going crazy, like, dude. I was like, and I only played 1.9 for him, so I was like, and then it was looking good. It was really looking good. Like, I remember, like, on the Xbox side, everybody that would run with me would get an RNG card, and it felt great. I was running with Fed, I was running with Shoemake, I was running with Inmat, I was running with everybody. And because I had Yao, and, like, I was the only one that had that Yao on the Xbox, and I was like, he's blocking everything, so he was the guy. And then it all got taken away.
It all got taken away. Yes, the hammer came down.
And it was all taken away. It was all taken away within one tweet and one weekend and one just down onslaught of one thing spiraling after the next, and it all fell down.
The walls came crumbling down. Yeah, I remember the tweets. The tweets started showing up about.
So now I deemed personally January 20th the day that 2K23 officially went haywire because that was the day we got Yao.
Yeah. It was.
Because it was right. Oh, it was something.
It was interesting, and season 4 also brought Radiant T-Mac, which is fun.
Oh yes.
And the Stellar, and along line with the pack or with the bands, there was a certain pack, a Stellar pack, that came out. That.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The odds were a bit juiced.
So
does it show that 2K has a sense of humor? Does it show, or the opposite? Not at all.
No, what it shows is 2K knows how to be is good at being petty. That's what it shows. If we're being completely honest, because all 2K really wanted to show us was, oh, you can't do this anymore. We have the say so to tell you if you can or can't. If you do it, this is going to happen. And oh, by the way, figure out how to rip these packs still because we know you want these cards. And we'll juice the odds up for you, but you're still going to be spending money. Like, we're still going to be making money because you're going to rip packs, which a lot of people did. Which I don't blame. I mean, everybody at least ripped one. I can't tell you. Anybody who plays this game, if they play my team the way we do in this community, there's no way you didn't say, even if I had the 10K, 10 MT, whatever, you at least ripped one because it was like crazy. Like,
not me. What I did is I saw that everybody got banned, and then I tweeted that I spent $100 on VC and I was going to spend it on 2K tomorrow. And I didn't realize the packs were so juicy. I didn't.
I'm sure.
Until I was like pulling all these cards left and right. And
Now listen. Let's get to the more important part of that season when they dropped T Jesus. Because let me tell you, I've seen a lot of people use that card. Like I saw Federal use that card. Shoemake, Mini, Halves Up, Fitness. They got active with that T-Mac, even Jazz.
Hey,
because let me tell you,
anybody good at the game is going to be great with the amazing cards, though.
that card, the way they was pulling up in co-op.
Yeah.
What? Listen, I got some flips now. Let me tell you.
Yep. And then
No.
they also did a couple other things like the bracket busters. Were you involved in those? Were you getting those cards? The
Yeah,
daily
I did. I
challenges.
did. I did the Tyler Hansbrough one because he's a Carolina boy, and I did a couple other ones. That was all right this year.
Mm,
Um, it was okay.
yeah.
It was all right.
And
I mean, it
then
wasn't really.
season 6 came and more yows. That's all I remember about season 6 is more yows.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Dark
yeah,
matter,
more
hero
yells, but
yows.
like then you realize it really wasn't a big. I mean, if you had the MT, you were just really locking in for Minute.
Yeah.
That's what people locked in for, really, for the hero yow.
Oh yeah.
The Titan yow ran for like a day. I won't say like a day, but like he ran for like a lot of people realized there wasn't a big difference in the other yow. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, and
I
yeah, I
mean,
guess
I've had every yow.
yeah,
I've had
and we're
every yow.
getting so many great cards, and I think yeah, the multiple yows is where we start running into man the player pool again. I know Matt Bless has a list of all the different players from all the different eras that they could use. Throw out different random tall people if they need to.
He not wrong because I'm tired. Like I get it. I see the same players. I was just like I swear 2K listens to us when we scream at them or we're talking about them. I tell you this because literally I was just talking this past weekend about how we didn't have a Hakeem or a Ben. And then the week prior, I was talking about how we didn't have a Wilt. Then they dropped Wilt, and then you had Hakeem. So, I mean, we expected the Ben though. But I
Yeah.
mean, like, it's cool that they finally dropping some of these cards. But it's like, come on with it, because I'm tired of seeing like, dude, dropping these skyscrapers, man.
But
I'm
should
seeing
we
I'm
be able
seeing
to
the
predict
lineups
these
of
though? We shouldn't be able to predict of all the different players.
well,
How are
you
we
don't
getting
want
so
to be
many of
able
these
to predict
predictions
them.
right?
Because I mean, it's just them doing basically the same old thing around the same time that they always do it every year, or how they did it the previous year.
Tried and true. I
I
guess
mean,
if it works, if the
well, if
ingredients
it
work.
works, it's crazy because like, come on, bro. Like, I'm tired of this beat. This is some bull job. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, put some new cards in the game. I'm tired of seeing the same old cards though.
See, I don't know. I was selling the same shoes all year, and I was
Like
fine
I'm
with
telling
it.
you right
I
now.
was fine
Guess
with
who?
it.
Okay, so we got Ben Simmons today. We're getting a James Harden on Friday. I'm gonna call one of the Dark Riders being a James Harden in game because
Okay.
there's no way. That it would be nice if they would stop giving us bum ass Scottie Pippen and give us Dr. J for the two. Now
Sorry.
that's who I want to rock
Sorry,
with as
Joe
the two.
Brooks.
I'm
Bro,
tired of seeing Scottie.
I got to defend Joey Brooklynite. Sorry, Pippen's pretty good in this game. I'm just gonna say.
Listen, it ain't. What can he keep? He can keep his wife. So I know he ain't keeping defense. What he defending? Right? Please, miss me with all that. Give me the throw at the two, and then we can talk. Let's bump for real.
Yeah.
Give me Julius Erving up and under. Give me that at the two.
So as we're
For real
moving,
talk.
so we're moving now. We're what is it? Season 8 or season 7? There was a lot of cool stuff, right? As far as the daily, the all-time cards, the daily all-time cards. Those were kind of fun, right? Or no?
Yeah,
You into that?
that was nice. That was nice to have. And I think it gave people who really just weren't happy necessarily with 2K or didn't really their interest wasn't as much as it was before. It gave them a chance to just say, I can log in for maybe an hour or so, 45 minutes an hour, do this challenge, log out, get my car for the day, turn it off, and then I'm done with 2K for the day, if they wanted to. Because I know some people were just like, I can't really stand 2K, and I barely get on my team. So, you get on, do that really quick, get off every day for, the month, and you get your car.
If you couldn't stand 2K, would you tweet about it? I'm just asking. I don't know.
No, because I hate that. I hate everybody. I promise you. Listen. And I know I'm saying hate because hate is a strong word.
That is a
I hate
strong
everybody
word.
that said they were going to quit 2K and then they didn't quit 2K. Because listen, because why'd you throw it out? Because you knew even if you frustrated at it, you were gonna just put it down for 5 minutes. everybody knew who said they were not playing 2K anymore was going right back to 2K eventually. It didn't. It was going to be some drop or something that got them to come back. So we're not even doing that.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that.
No, it's fun and it's frustrating but it's basketball, right? It's basketball, and that's.
Listen, you want to know what's crazy? It's basketball, but the thing about this game for me, I like real basketball. I like college basketball. I like NBA basketball. I like Big Three basketball. I like whatever kind of basketball you can think of. I like it, right? But I stay in this community most of all because of the different type of interactions I know I'm going to have on a daily basis with different people. I know that certain people are going to play certain things. I know that they are going to like, certain modes. They're going to they're going to look for certain things to do every time they're live. So it gives a different perspective, especially when there may be a new thing added in the mode, but maybe you play only triple threat, so you're playing for the triple threat online reward, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you only play clutch time, but you're gonna do both clutch time online and offline. I know that. And then you get the unlimited aspect. So.
Oh yeah, there's so many different cool corners of the community. If you need to find information on a certain game mode, it's there. It's there. And on a side note, I just ripped a pack and got a dark matter. I haven't opened it yet. And this is recorded for YouTube, so I'm not lying.
See, I don't need you. See,
saying, all right. Yeah. I'm a pack addict, maybe. I got all this MT. I've been selling shoes all year, man. I deserve to rip some packs, right?
Here you go. No,
this is Von Marvin.
Here you go. You're not pulling
okay, Yusuf Nurkic is looking at the card. It's right down the center. So.
Dude, just pull it. Hurry up.
Okay, we'll let him walk out. So your overall thoughts of 23, Ramsey? What?
Overall thoughts.
It was Bender. It was Jonathan Bender, by the way.
Jonathan Bender. Good. 5K. Bye.
Yeah. Don't rip packs. Buy hollows, not packs.
Yeah. Overall thoughts.
Just how about a rating? Rating out of 10. I'll copy Jazz 100%. A rating out of 10. Your 2K23 experience.
No, I'm not doing a rating because the rating doesn't judge how I actually feel. Because I could say a 10 and still be pissed off about it, right? No. So I would say that we had obstacles that we faced, but we faced them even when at times there were divides. And I would say that we conquered another 2K successfully, even if we're not in the final season. But we conquered another 2K, and we still have the community. We lost some people,
Yep.
Definitely did.
They announced their departure, but hey, they might be back.
When hell freezes over. We're gonna go into 24. Listen. We're gonna go into 24, and we as a community are gonna be positive for nobody else but Kobe Bean Bryant.
There you go.
So, yeah, it's a special 2K. Hopefully, that like I said, they take that into consideration, being that Kobe is the cover. And it is 2K24. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man.
Bring on 24,
we
right?
Got through it.
Crossplay.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, crossplay, and all the PS people.
Oh yeah.
Get y'all best people. Yeah.
Speaking of crossplay, Hamza, somebody we've been anxious to play co-op with.
Yes, sir. That Welsh, yeah.
Comp Sweat Hamza. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, Tim.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. First question, did you play 2K22?
Yes, I played a lot of 2K22. A
2K.
lot.
Okay. Did you create content for 2K22?
Just at the end, actually. I started streaming July 2022. So, just
Oh,
at the end of July.
so this is the Hamsniversary.
And just about, yeah. So I got my affiliate, I think, first week of August. And yeah, so we're just about to hit my affiliate streaming anniversary.
Wow. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. What
Appreciate it.
were you this good at 22 that you are at 23?
I'll be honest, I was probably better at 22, man. I wouldn't consider myself good at 23, personally, but I think I was a little bit better at 22.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree on your quality of your gameplay for 23, I suppose. But you were better at 22, really. Were you playing in the quals and stuff that year?
No, I wasn't actually. I wasn't. That's something I wish I could go back and do, just to get more experience. Because I feel like it would have helped me this year. But I feel like the game was more skill-based last year, personally. But
Okay.
yeah, that's why I liked it a little bit more. But yeah, that's my experience with that.
So did you jump right in and pre-order 23 then?
24? Yes, I pre-ordered.
No, 23.
I pre-ordered it.
23. I know this is the 24 celebration, but the thank you to 23.
Yes, I pre-ordered it. I usually pre-order the games, yeah.
Okay. For the swag?
Yeah, so. Yeah, just a little side bundles, you know. The
Yeah.
VC, the MT. You know, I'm a VC fiend, so
Yeah.
I try to get any type of VC I can scrap up at any time, so.
Yeah, you rip a pack or two, don't you?
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Not too crazy.
Okay. So you pre-ordered, you're ready, you're set. First weekend it drops. Are you right on the game?
Yes, I'll be in there for sure.
On 23.
Oh, you mean the
23.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, I'm all over the place, man. So
No problem.
I was there. I was on the trophy case grind. I was pretty close to one of the first few people. Not the first few people. I got Larry Bird like a week later than
Okay.
everyone else. So
How did you
I was on top of it.
how did you know what to do? Because I missed the first weekend and I heard they gave out a free piece or something and there was a piece that everybody wanted and there was different pictures and highlights and stuff. How did you attack the trophy case?
I attacked the trophy case. Well, I tried to make sure I got like a variation of pieces where I could. So I made sure to keep it in one player at first. I knew I was going for Sabonis just because it seemed like there was a lack of bigs. I did regret that decision a little bit because he was very slow and his jump shot was very baited. So that was unfortunate, but I wish I went for Westbrook right away. But I mean, that's neither here nor there.
We did the same thing. I got Sabonis first and I got Westbrook second and I wish I would have done the opposite.
Exactly. But I mean, we got Donovan Mitchell pretty early, so I was kind of cool with that for a while.
Yeah. And so you were pretty ahead of the game. I remember like you were one of the top people. Like you said, you got Bird a week later. But as far as knowing what pieces to put where, what game modes to put where, you happy with how that went?
Yeah, I was happy with that one because I think people came out with so Elevate made the graphic. There's a few graphics, but Elevate had one of the better ones. So I just made sure I followed those. I wish 2K would have made it a little bit easier to follow. Like they made like a tutorial or something for the trophy case, but shout out to the community for helping out with that. So.
And so at this, I don't remember when the first qualifiers were happening. Did you get, because again, back to your comp roots in 22, did you get in early on the first qualifiers or how did that look for you?
I actually started qualifiers on the third qualifier, so that was my first ever qualifier ever.
Right.
That was my best, like, I finished almost top 10 in that qualifier, so that was pretty good for me.
Weren't you 10?
It was 10 with, like, I think it was like 20 minutes left, so I was probably top
We'll call that 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I call that 10.
Yeah, you say 10, yeah.
Yeah.
It look cooler, man. It looks cooler, so
Oh
I will
yeah.
say 10.
I like that. And so the first three seasons they had the trophy case and the takeover players. Did you get in on the takeover? Because you're an unlimited guy. You're
Yes. Yes.
how did you
So I
like that?
Yeah, I did the Friday takeovers. Remember those long 135 win grinds?
Yes.
I did a few of those, so I'm not gonna lie. I do regret it because those players stunk, but man, those are some grinds, and I was up for it because I had some time at the time, so definitely made sure I delved in that. So
And it made
yeah,
for
that was partaking in that.
made for good content, I guess. It gives you something to do. You always have a dedicated goal and not RNG or luck based.
Definitely, yeah, that was a cool part. I wish it was a little shorter, but I mean, can't complain. They gave us guaranteed players after a certain amount of wins, so that was decent from 2K.
Mm-hmm. Like, what about the KG spotlights?
Oh yeah, I was on that. I did that twice. I did the full KG grind twice on my backup account when I got banned, and on my main account when I came back.
So you enjoyed those, I guess.
You could say that. Yeah, it was a challenge on the no money spent account. That was a big challenge because I remember Ruby David West had to carry me in one of those challenges. Did it like 5 times, bro. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. I'm sorry. I'm just still wrapping my mind around it. You saying I did it twice. I didn't do it once. None.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's
KG
great.
was amazing, man.
Yeah, well, there was Yao around. There was other players too, because Then this was when Eclipse Yao came around. You mentioned you had a backup account. What happened there?
Oh yeah, that's when Ramsey mentioned, when January 20th is around the time where everybody got banned. So I was a avid MT buyer at the time, so I
Okay.
definitely got banned early, right? So I decided to make do with my backup account at the time. So
Okay, you
yeah,
mentioned something. Everybody got banned. Fed, real quick. Did you get banned?
wow, we're gonna do this. Oh, here you go. You not
Not to throw you under the bus, but there's a couple of us that did not get banned.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, just saying.
I misspoke.
Yeah, a lot of us got banned. A lot of us.
Definitely.
Yep. And but because of that situation that we found ourselves in, I suppose I would have liked Eclipse Yao, for sure. And the people that needed to be comp needed Eclipse Yao.
Definitely.
And you need that 2 million MT unless you get a sweet deal like Ramsey. You're a little off. But yeah, it's one of those things where you look back on it and I can see everybody's frustration and of getting banned, and but I can also see why everybody bought MT. And it was so prevalent for years, and yeah, not to take a side, but I guess I'm right down the middle. I can see both sides of the equation.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish the odds were higher or something to pull these cards earlier, and the incentive of getting VC, maybe for cheaper. I don't know.
And
There's a few ways that could be approached.
And that's what I'm kind of seeing now, because I guess I was lucky, or Heck and I were both lucky in having our shoe grind going on and taking advantage of different daily events and just kind of grinding MT. But now I see it, like every pack I rip, I'm like, yep, that 10K is gone. All right, I'm not selling another pair of shoes to get that back. It's gone. And so season 4, are you prepping for? Because you had to, there's a reason, there's an urge to, perform the dark arts and purchase MT. What was your drive to have the best squad?
I wanted to qualify. That was my goal this year, starting from around the third qualifier. I really wanted to
push myself to try and qualify. I thought I could do it. So uh, it's also like I'm just used to having a pretty good squad in 2K in general.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing for me. So just keeping up with past trends, right? With the way I approach 2K.
Oh yeah, and no, you want to have your best chance to win.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and that's one of those things when you're playing a game and you have a job and you can throw a couple bucks at a game and get better stuff. Why not?
Right.
It's part of your hobby. It's part of the world we live in.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, so yeah, and that's a comp thing, and a lot of us I know when we load up online, the comp nature takes over. Even an auction house sweat like me can swear a bunch at a at a phone. So I can see that, and then that's when the Radiant stuff like the T-Max came out. Did you get in on T-Mac?
Yes, I got T-Mac as well. Got him pretty early. He was a game-breaking card at the time, so I had to make sure I got him on the squad. Tried to get D-Rob as well. He was very good.
Oh,
and yeah, that was really good I think that was a really good card
so
like a skillful card, I'd say.
When you saw the tweet from 2K saying, "Hey y'all, if y'all bought MT," what was your first reaction? Did you think it was like just more empty threats?
No, I feel like a lot of people didn't take them seriously, but at the time I took them seriously because it seemed pretty legitimate. So
you mean like the people that quote tweeted their purchases on that tweet?
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So a lot of people didn't take them seriously. MT buying was at seemed like all-time high right now at the time.
Yep.
So they had to take action. So
oh yeah.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Yep. And they took stellar action. And then so did you purchase any stellar packs?
Stellar action. Yes, I did. I ended up getting Ben Simmons with a bit of my MT.
Okay.
I had some MT laying around, so Ben Simmons ran for me for a while. I enjoyed that card.
Oh yeah, and we even moved further and then the out of position Taco. What's your opinion on cards like Taco being more competitive than me? When you see a card like Taco come out or the Yao, what's your opinion on that?
The power forward with that speed, with that 3-ball, it shouldn't be released at that stage in the game. I don't think. Just the whole out of position set is I feel not a good set for the game. But
yeah.
I feel there's mixed opinions on that. Some people really enjoy the out of positions. I feel like that's when they start picking up the game. But that's when I see a lot of new names in Unlimited that I've never seen before. They end up just being the best players. I don't know if they're really just end game made or they're really just I don't know, man.
See, I don't see. That's something I wouldn't notice when different packs come out or different cards drop. Seeing different players online on Unlimited like that.
Oh, they definitely pop up.
Okay. And then we move into like season 6, more Yaos. Are you still wanting to have the best squad? You still?
I remember pulling Titan Yao. That was a pretty good achievement. That was even though he wasn't much better than the whole playoff, but it was still nice to pull that card.
Oh yeah.
But it was not a very memorable season other than that. Had the Manu Bull come out. That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
I ended up getting Manu myself, out of necessity, I'd say.
Yeah. And the playoff Evos come into play, so they're trying to still keep some connection to the NBA, I guess.
Right.
What do you think about that? The playoff Evos.
I didn't care too much for it, honestly. I didn't do too many Evos or sell too many of the Evo cards. I didn't make too much MT off of it, unfortunately. But it was a missed opportunity, I'd say. But, it's okay.
Do you have an MT strategy? A legit MT strategy? Just curious.
Not a legit one. I just spent a lot on the game. I just spent a lot of money on the game. I had a bunch of badges just laying around, and when they had to apply 5 badges to players,
Yeah.
I took advantage of that.
Okay. Good. Okay. Good. At least you're not just totally reliant on packs, because I've seen you had some good luck, and it can be very tempting. Very tempting.
Mm-hmm.
But so season 7 had the all-time the daily all-time challenges.
Correct.
You like that?
Yeah, that was good. That was good content. Daily content especially for new people picking up the game. I think that was when the game went for free. It was around the time when PS Plus members could get the game for free onto PlayStation. So you can make a decent team with just all-time players, honestly. Not a team that's like the best, but you guys get guys like Bob Nedelicki, Doug Christie, Jack Sigma, Derek Coleman. There's some decent players in there that can definitely play for a lot of teams.
Oh yeah, and right away, yeah, easy grind to build a huge team, and that's one thing a lot of people are doing right now with squad builder videos for new players to to realize what a good competitive team you can get. It doesn't have to be all the end game cards.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, what's your plans for 24?
I just want to grow, honestly. Just grow my content, grow my community, make sure I'm helping a lot of people out with things that they may struggle with in the game. Like, for example, using resources from Twitter to share on Twitch. Just helping people out, growing, and those are the main goals for 24.
I like that. Those are great goals, and you've been growing crazy so far in 23.
A little bit.
So what's your overall thoughts on 23 then? Hamza's thoughts on 23.
Yeah, like 23 overall for my content creation goals. It went pretty well for me. I went from averaging a couple viewers, talking to a couple people at a time to where I'm at now, which is not crazy big, but I mean, I'm doing all right for myself right now. So I feel like, overall as a content creation game, it was good from that standpoint, but I wish the gameplay was a little bit better. They did decent on the content throughout the year. But gameplay, I'm hoping could take a step up next year, which I have faith in.
Oh yeah, it's got to, right? There's certain things that are so obvious that you're like, come on, everybody else has got to see this, right?
100%. Yeah, we could go on all day.
Oh yeah. Well, I appreciate you speaking, Hamza, for sure.
Definitely appreciate you, Tim. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, and it's been a great year, and on to 24. That's what I say, but thank you to 23. One guy I haven't been able to talk to in a little while, Matt Bless. And the reason I haven't been able to talk to you in a little while, because apparently you're banned from my Twitch constantly.
Yeah, I guess. Funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it, and we'll get it resolved eventually if we have to get it resolved.
Eventually.
But how are you doing
today? I must have done something without knowing.
Oh yeah, that's hey. Once in a while, I wake up and I have to check what I've done, and
yeah.
Did
it in my sleep or something. I
don't know. Yeah. So how's things going? How did you play 2K22?
I did.
You did? Okay. Because
yeah.
I met you during 2K23. So how deep were you in it? Were you?
Pretty deep. I mean, I don't think I really quit that game until season 7, maybe. I was kind of kicking around toward the end, and I pretty much liked everything about it. Sans Luca, of course.
Yeah. And so were you ready? Were you pre-ordering 2K23 then? Back then, were you satisfied you were ready to go?
Yep, 100%.
Okay, so we go back to last year. And you bought the game. Did you jump right into it first weekend?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I kind of always do. I take a day off. I kind of just dive in, and it's a good time. So.
And do you remember your initial thoughts of what you got yourself into with 2K23?
Initially, I really liked it. I thought that everything was very well done. I really liked the trophy case concept, minus the fact that it kind of later felt like I was playing McDonald's Monopoly. But other than that, I liked, but I liked the concept. I liked the idea. I was a little bit concerned right away when that became, well, now we have to have better pink diamonds and packs. Now we have to have, cards that can kind of compete, all that kind of thing. But
it's definitely the 2K way that, hey, I grinded for this card. I got it on Wednesday. Okay, let's see what comes out on Friday. Oh, a better card.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's has never sat well with me. I'm really of the mind that I really prefer more. I guess you could say I always term it lateral progression, where cards progress instead of kind of just power creeping. There's a lot more parallel card levels. So your pink diamond rose is going to be about as good as your pink diamond Ginobili. They're just going to do different things, right? Is kind of how I think about it. And I didn't really feel like in the end the trophy case lent to that sort of lateral progression. I think it could have, but I think that the pack sale kind of onus that 2K puts on the MyTeam mode is a little bit not so conducive to that more lateral progression.
I think you're right. It's always up. It's got to be the next best thing.
Yep.
Always up.
Exactly. Always up is a good way to put it. It's very, the progression is very vertical rather than lateral horizontal, and I really have just never preferred that, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yep. But they also gave us like this takeover players, the
Yes.
week-long grinds. What did you think about that?
I did a few of them. I got a few of them RNG. I liked the concept. I didn't love the tedium. The concept was great. I felt the tedious kind of nature of it all not so great. Some of those grinds I did that Donovan Mitchell grind. That was a doozy. Took a long time. I'm trying to think what other ones did I do. I guess I can't really remember.
And then did you notice like at the end of season 2 and into season 3, all of a sudden the RNG went a little bit crazy on those takeover cards?
Yes. Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely improved.
Yeah.
So and then it just kind of stopped. I kind of forgot takeover cards existed.
Yeah, there's probably quite a few things that we forgot existed as if you go back through there. Because like right now I just opened another pack because I got to have a little bit of content for the video of this space, and pulled Galaxy Opal Paul George that I didn't have, that I never got.
Oh yeah.
From way back. What season was that? Season 2?
Deal when he came out. Yeah, that was season 2, I guess.
See, that's a first in the world tweet right there, maybe, right?
There you go.
Yeah. No, my phone is preoccupied. And then, okay, so now we're moving into season 4. Matt Bless's season 4.
Yeah.
Yow.
Okay, so that was the Yao season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yow, KG Spotlights, Stellar, Ominous Tweet.
Okay. Okay. So this is where I kind of lost. I kind of lost it all. I did not. There were so many things I just didn't like. I have a vendetta against overrating and overbadging players, and that Yao was that in spades, and it led to the market being really bad. It led to people feeling like they had no way to keep up other than to buy Yao. And of course, how did they buy Yao? It wasn't through VC sales, it was through MT sales, because the not that the practice is better, quote unquote, but it's more one to one, I guess you could say, in terms of monetary value versus actual MT value. That's probably a better way of putting it. It's not necessarily better, as we kind of all know it by now, but people feeling forced to kind of do that just to keep up. I could hardly go into games and avoid the card. If I was playing any sort of unlimited game at that time, even in lower overall controls, which I really love because I feel like it provides a very different sort of experience within the game. Just getting to use like role players that you wouldn't see on a normal unlimited court. Even that was kind of overshadowed because, well, now you got to figure out how to guard Yao. How are you going to do it? And I guess Taco Fall was there at the time, but I also have a personal vendetta against Taco Fall and his entire existence because of my team. And nothing against him. I'm sure he's a nice fella.
Yep.
My team has made me despise him.
End games sure make tall people the best basketball players, right?
Don't they really? Right? Yeah. I mean, when that gooky looking 7'5" guy runs around in his t-shirt with all the best animations in the game, why he's God's gift to basketball, all right?
Yeah, and that's what all the little kids are going to go, remember how great Taco Fall was? No. Was he as good as Bol Bol?
I had a tweet. It was a few months ago, or a few weeks ago now. I don't remember what I was responding to, but I kind of had this because I had just watched Across the Spider-Verse, which was very good, by the way. But I kind of pitched this alternate reality, right, where people are saying, well, I get why Taco Fall has a end game card because he's a 13-time All-Star, but who's this Bill Russell guy?
That makes total sense. It makes total sense.
Right. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, and I think too that I am so glad. Words cannot express how glad I am that Steezo put out those couple of videos on Twitter, just kind of poking fun at the concept. Just laughing at it, how absurd it is.
Yeah, that and Shaq just moving around like that. And,
Shaq and Taco, right? Absolutely, and I am so glad he did that because I feel like we've been saying this for the past 2 years now, kind of collectively as a community. Hey, we really aren't feeling this whole endgame thing, and I'm really glad that someone with a big platform kind of took it upon themselves and to just say, look, guys, this isn't basketball.
Yeah, look what this guy.
Everybody knows it.
Look what this guy can do. Yeah.
So I was very thankful for that. I guess you could say.
So, and this is still season 4 with the stellar packs.
Yes.
Then, so you
Yep.
got to watch it. Did you get to witness it firsthand as far as getting maybe banned or
No.
no?
I did not get banned.
Okay, so you just got to watch from the sidelines and then participate in the stellar packs and everything.
Yeah, I packed Scotty out of that.
Nice.
You know, and that was kind of another frustration of mine with the bans was I really felt for the guys who got banned because I had done it too, and I never got caught or anything.
Never.
And
Look
I
at
never
you.
did.
Look at you.
I was a very small offender, 500,000 MT.
Okay.
But and I had done it for probably the stupidest reason that anyone did that. It was to lock in for Harrison Barnes. And
Do you think you were the only person in 2K23 to buy MT specifically to lock in for Harrison Barnes?
honestly, well, yes, I know that is the case.
I would say so. Yeah.
I think, quite honestly, that I have to be one of the very few to have bought and never gotten banned. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened, but it never happened. And it was very strange.
Yeah. So everyone needs to follow you for the sauce. Apparently, I don't know.
I guess. I don't know what I did.
Hey, you didn't get banned on 2K, but you got banned on Twitch. See?
I got banned on Twitch instead.
That's
Yeah,
what
I got
happened.
my-
They didn't
got
tell
my
you about
comeuppance
that.
From this guy named Tim.
That's right.
Who really just had it out for me.
Oh, I have to unban you every time you show up, and you never even show up on the ban. Yeah, that's crazy. Maybe it is because of the MT. Maybe that all makes sense.
Maybe they knew.
Was Barnes worth it?
Yes, absolutely. I still use I still put the card in my theme team, and it's
Yeah.
a blast to run offline now. Don't run it online anymore. Never
No.
really could.
That can get tough. That can get tough.
But the one time I did, it was fun but frustrating at the same time.
Oh yeah, theme teams.
I got a very cool clip of Ricky Davis stepping back on Taco Fall off of a switch in a game that I lost by 20. So because Taco Fall is large.
Hey, as long as you got the clip. That's all that matters.
Yep. The clip is all that matters.
That's right. That's my sons accuse me of selling the clip all the time, and I was like, man, we're not even recording anything, but it was that's a whole saying, 2K saying, selling the clip. Yep. And so we move into season 6 of more Yows and playoff Evos and season 7 all time. Is it enough kind of content to keep you interested? I know season 6 and season 7 were 2 totally different seasons.
Yeah, it was. I was pretty much on MLB by that point.
That's what I was thinking.
I will say I did come back. I really liked the all-time concept. I probably would have done more of those. The only one I ever did was Bob Nedelicki, again for the theme team. But if I were still playing in earnest, I probably would have gone for Doug Christie because I really love Doug Christie just as a player. I probably would have gone for David Thompson because David Thompson is an all-time favorite of mine. Him and Alex English together are two of my very favorites. I really liked the history of the Nuggets. So David Thompson totally would have been a guy I would have wanted. Trying to think. Who else was there? Who's the Hornets? Steven Jackson. I love Steven Jackson. So I probably would have gone and gotten him. I really liked the concept. I thought that was great. I wish they had done something like that sooner.
I'd put Steven Jackson on my team no matter what sport it was or whatever game it was. I'd put Steven Jackson on my team. Yeah, he's
there you go.
the ultimate teammate. So what about your overall thoughts of 23.
This is going to be depressing. I don't know if my team's for me anymore.
The one guy that robbed the bank and got away with it.
Yep. Yeah. And that's just I don't know how better to put it. The team building aspect is what I really, really love, and I feel like between out of position and invincibles and end games and just kind of all of it, it really robs me of a lot of that. And gosh, this is so depressing and petty and stupid, but
hey, this is what we're here
like
for.
It kind of robbed me of that joy. That comes with like building a roster and I've got this role player here because he can do this and provide this, and in reality it's just like, yeah, I've got him here because he's 7 feet tall and has all the right animations.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
And just to me that is not that's not the game I want to play.
So you're joining Sim Nation next year, right?
Oh, I've always been.
Oh, okay. What about Play Now?
Yeah.
Play Now, because you can't be done with basketball. You're too deep into basketball as a sport, right?
I'll probably Where I'm at right now is I'm a wait and see for the MyTeam Dev blog. Yeah. If the MyTeam Dev blog really blows me away and says, hey, look, we've listened. We're not doing end games this year. We're not doing out of position this year. We're not, we're going to be very, very clear about MT sales. We're going to try our best to crack down on the illicit sale of MT that inflates the market. We're going to try to improve our pack practices and honor the customer base the best we can. If I see even 60% of that from the dev blog, I'll be like, okay, I'm in. If I don't, probably what's going to happen is I will probably just buy the base version of the game and play in eras with friends. That's probably it. And that really makes me sad.
And there's that. That's a big swing of the pendulum. But it's the Jim Carrey meme. So you're saying there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance.
There's a chance. I wouldn't give it a good one. I would say about 30% that my team is able to check my boxes, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well.
So.
Well, I'm glad that the 2K23 checked the boxes for you, so you were able to.
Yeah, it did at least for a little while.
Yeah.
At least for a little while.
Yeah.
I really, like I said, I really loved the trophy case concept. I thought that, the early game was pretty decent in the scheme of things. I felt like it ramped up a little faster than I'd like, but I didn't hate it. I really liked running D-Rose and Big Z early on. I really liked running Ricky Davis in Season 2, and then again in Season 5 or 6 whenever the Opal came out, and then now again with the Invincible. It's a really fun card. And, it's had its moments, and especially here lately, I've really kind of just enjoyed it, even though I don't love the state of the game itself. On the whole, though, I think to really be, for me, worth my money and worth my time, I'm going to have to see a whole lot, which is, again, kind of sad because I've been playing this mode since 2K17.
Oh, yeah, and now you got the Ricky Davis profile pick, and so now that's on the line, too.
Yep.
If the whole 2K thing, jeez.
I know they finally got one of my favorite players in, and now I'm back out.
There's a lot riding on this dev vlog. All right, well I'm pulled for it.
There's a lot, yeah, and I I'd say pretty arguably, I'd say in terms of first time players, in the game, I think that Ricky was perhaps at least the second most memorable, which was really cool. So.
Right. Yep, and that's what keeps us coming back. It's like I
Exactly.
tweeted earlier that 2K is like golf. Online 2K is like golf for me. A lot of it's hard and frustrating, and I struggle. But there's shots that I hit or plays that I make that all of a sudden I look calm for a second, like that clip, like the clip down 20 against, but hitting a step back against Taco.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
and so I'm still hoping for a couple more Matt Bless step backs over Taco next year. But next year Taco will be like 7-8 probably, right?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I thought you were going to say it was like golf in that you get outscored by your opponent a lot.
No, I get the high scores. I get the high scores when it comes to golf.
Okay,
Oh
good.
yeah. I enjoy the
golf when it comes to 2K.
I see different parts of the golf course. Yeah, that other people don't get to enjoy. So yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
See, that's me too.
Silver linings. But thanks again, Matt. Because I know somebody new speaker tonight. I'm not too familiar with his game yet, but I know he's still all in on my team. Still killing it on my team. Stogie O'Shea. How are you doing tonight?
Hey Tim, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for hopping in and speaking.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me.
Yep, we're talking 2K, kind of a celebration, a thank you to 2K23 before we move on to 2K24. I don't know your whole experience. Were you playing 2K22?
2K22 was the first year I picked up the game. I picked it up in season 4 of 2K22.
Okay.
I watched my son play it for years, and I played a lot of other games, and for some reason I never got into 2K. I just watched Tim play, and then last year I finally decided it was time to dive in, and since then I haven't really put it down.
Got hooked. What was it about my team? Did you collect cards as a kid?
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. I can't say that's what made me start playing my team necessarily. It was just being able to get in there and start playing with players that I watched growing up and current players that I watch playing now that made it fun for me opposed to my career. That was more enticing, not so much the card collecting. I guess since then, every time I've thought about starting my career, something keeps dragging me back into my team. I'm chasing things you don't need necessarily, like XP and things like that. Anybody that knows me knows that, but I enjoy it. It gives me something to do.
Oh yeah, you're killing the XP game. You're talk about an encyclopedia for a new player. Anybody that listens to this, make sure you follow Stogie O'Shea. That you want to learn how to dominate the game, get the cards. So I appreciate your tweets. As a big fan of information, I appreciate your tweets.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Tim. I follow you, and you contribute a lot. So.
Teamwork. So did you pre-order 23 then? Back then, were you hooked, and so you were, as soon as you were able to jump into 23, you were ready?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I pre-ordered it. Yeah, I was ready to go day one.
And the trophy case, that's what we were greeted by.
Yeah, and I liked the concept of the trophy case at first. I gotta say, I wish they did a better job of explaining a little bit or what their intentions were, because I can't remember, was it between season 2 and season 3 where all of a sudden they switched over to how you were able to get centerpieces.
Yes.
And it would have been nice to have known that was coming. The whole concept of the trophy case was nice, especially being able to get some pink diamonds early in the year. It's funny, I went the same route both you and Hamza went. I went to Bonus and Westbrook. I wish I would have known how that was going to turn out, because when they made that switch, and I don't mean to hop ahead seasons here, Tim, but when they made that switch and you had, before you could buy the centerpieces, or they were putting them in moments of the week, and you had to do like the multiplayer wins with like 10 bucks players or something like that. I had like three cards I needed, and they switched over, and I'm like, they got into that multiplayer with 10 players from the same team. Ooh, that was tough. That was a tough 3 cards to get.
Yep. I sent out a tweet that morning saying, "Hey, I am now further behind in the trophy case today than I was yesterday."
Yeah,
that
was tough.
that would have a nice little heads up. Would have been nice, but hey, that's what keeps it interesting, right? The angry tweets, and no, don't worry about jumping ahead either, because this is kind of the Stogie O'Shea story of 2K23 too. How you saw it. If something comes up, don't worry about jumping ahead or jumping behind, because I'm curious how everybody else saw it. I know how 2K23 went for me, and it was amazing, community wise. But your guys' stories, that's the good stuff. Like Yao. What did seeing Yao do to you?
Well, it was then when we knew he was going to come out the night before. I was talking with my buddy I play with, and I remember saying to him, like, if he comes out with 65 or 70 speed, this card is just going to be unstoppable. And then, of course, he drops, and we all know how he dropped. He had 80 speed with that 78.3, and I text my buddy. I'm like, this game's over. I'm like, I don't know what you can do, like, to stop this card. And that was before I even seen him play. Just his attributes alone concerned me about seeing him on a court, and rightfully so. I mean, frankly, you could still run him today.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. A badged up Opal Yao in the right hands is still just as good as the ones that are still dropping the end game. It's and what about the KG spotlights though? Were you in on those? That was a good grind. Yep. I thought I didn't participate, but.
Yeah, I finished that grind. That was a tough one. There was a couple of those that gave me a hard time. But I liked the grind, so I got in there and made sure I got that KG.
There's something else kind of odd that happened for you. I guess it didn't happen for a lot of people that play my team. And I don't know exactly when it happened, but you got to participate in something with 2K.
Well, I didn't necessarily participate with them. I got an award from 2K TV. I wish I would have called it something else, but I was awarded MyTeam GOAT. Maybe they should have called it MyTeam Grinder or something like that. Would have been a better name for it, because I've watched so many of you that are in this space right now play. I'm not going to name you all, and much better players than I am. But yes, I was awarded MyTeam GOAT, and I tell you, I thought it was like a phishing attempt, like a scam or something. Like, I actually sent something to support saying, "Hey, you guys might want to check your security. I think somebody's playing around with your email." And
no way.
No, and they sent me it back. They're like, "No, this is legitimate." And next thing you knew, I was on the computer with Rodney, doing an interview, and nothing had been decided at the time. I just knew I was a finalist, but I didn't find out until the episode aired.
That is awesome. Now that's amazing. That should be wearing as a crown. Lead with that. That's what you should do. Hey, it's me, Stogie, MyTeam GOAT. 2K told me that.
The best part about it all is, as I told you, my son has been playing for 8 years. My nephews have been playing right alongside of him. So it wasn't, the award was great, but the response from my son and my nephews was overwhelming. It was just, you could throw the title away. Just seeing their faces was phenomenal. It made, there was a lot of parts of this season where I said, what am I doing? Why am I spending so much time in this game? Season 4, I didn't get banned, but seeing how it happened, I didn't really care for how they handled it, but that's my own opinion. I know MT buying wasn't the thing, you weren't supposed to be doing it, but I think 2K could have handled it better. So the game had its ups and downs, but when I got awarded that in episode 42, it kind of washed it away, sorry to say, and it wasn't because of the award, it was because of the look on my kid's face.
Oh, and you, dude, you are speaking my language when you say that. That is fantastic. And that's what it's all about. You know, playing the games with your kids and then being recognized like that. Well, you were explaining that, I'm getting the chills just because, you know, that's why I'm doing this. That's why the look on my kid's face when I told him that I played co-op with Power DF. Yeah. Throw it all out the window. But that moment of all of a sudden he's looking at me like I'm some kind of celebrity, just because of the community. Regardless of all the other stuff, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. So and again and 2K, we all see the community through our own eyes, through our own lenses, and they saw you as somebody that's grinding and killing the game. So we could all point to other people that say they're more deserving of anything ever, but no, you earned it, man. You earned it. You know, to wear that, like anybody that gets a logo from 2K, you earned it. You know, ride with it or any type of acknowledgement. 2K TV. Yeah, my team GOAT. I love that. Why not? Right? Nobody can tell you you're not.
That's right. At least they can't take that away from me.
Yeah, they can't ban you out of that. And so, and then they do things like the stellar packs after the bans. What's your reaction to that? You know, you're in your mind, and you don't have to worry about making anybody upset. I think we're past everything like that. Because I thought it was clever. I thought it was funny. I thought it showed that 2K, there's a person behind the machine that says, oh, you know what? You guys have been doing this. Ha ha, I'm going to do this. And I didn't like the whole 250K implications. I thought that ripped off a lot of people that had put a lot of money into the game. But as far as just the ban for not opening stellar packs, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, the stellar packs were one thing, and I agree with you with what they did to the competitive players of the world. I just thought, like I said, it could have been handled better. The amount of time they put into it, and to get it all, the rug ripped out from under their feet like that, it was not good news to read or listen to in the community. But I'm going to go a pack before. And the stellar packs, you know, they were great, and I think it was just 2K kind of, you know, like, almost teasing a little bit, like, you know, we could do this if we want to. But it was the cosmic pack, and that cosmic pack, you know, I don't want to say that they threw it out there as bait, but after Yao, and he was selling for $1 million, $2 million, whatever he was selling for, the cosmic pack dropped, and that Dirk, that Harden and Vince Carter, 3 players that had killer shots at that time of this year, 2K23, and I almost feel like they threw that pack in there just to entice people. You know, all right, you got that. Yeah, how much more MT are you going to buy like that? Like I like that, and then the bans happened following that pack, right? That dropped on Friday. I think all those bans started dropping that Monday after the Cosmic pack dropped, and so.
That's a great point. That is a great point because I ended up packing Dirk, and Harden was one of my favorite cards for a while there.
Yeah, you had three cards you could arguably say had, you know, there were 3 of the top 10 shots in the game, and they all dropped in the same pack, and it happened to be the week after all that MT was exploding for Yao, and I think it was kind of the bait, and unfortunately, you know, it got a lot of people, and it's too bad.
And then, they banned the people. And so, did you ever get into playing any competitive, get into qualifiers or anything like that?
No, I don't. I'm not that type of player. I'm not at that skill level. You know, like I said, I just started playing last. I started playing last year. I don't know, Tim. I've watched you play. I think you can handle yourself a little bit, but. I got into it last year. I took my lumps last year. I told my buddy I'll lose 1,000 times just so I could. The following year, I could get into games and feel like I could win them. And if you watch some of my videos, you know I'm not a dribble head or anything like that. You know, I create space my own ways. I try to use things I learned playing basketball in real life to help give me a chance in basketball in a video game. And that's how I pull out wins. And you're not going to be competitive players that way, but I have fun doing it that way.
Yeah, and it keeps it interesting too. You know, because I've seen some of your clips. That you can move around a little bit as well. And probably anybody that's dedicated as much time as we have should be able to play a little bit. But there's some people that just are built different at the game. That's no matter what, you know, they could have the gold cards and I could have the end games and I'm still going to lose by 40.
Yeah, you and me both.
And so we move through like the out of position. The taco comes out. Are you into the out of position cards?
It depends. I don't really care for the taco card, just the same as I didn't really care for the yellow card, and you know we could go on down the list. Just name a giant. You know, it takes away from the fun of building a team and actually making it my team, because I can't really call my squad my team because there's players I have in there that I wouldn't normally run, but to have a chance, you got to have somebody that can compete with the Giants. So, like, when that taco dropped and then you had people running taco and Yao at the same time, like, what were we going to do?
Yeah.
Like, you had to find a way to put a Giant in your lineup, and they weren't, you know, the players in my lineup aren't players that would be. I'd rather run a Kareem. I'd rather run a Shaq. You know, guys that I enjoyed watching when I was younger, and
even see people
just get mashed.
Yeah, like see a different point guard from your era play with a different center from that era. You know, that instead of just trying to build the tallest team, it's you have to play you have to play offline to get the true, hey, I remember these guys all playing together experience and enjoy it.
Right.
You know, it's interesting, and it's a tough problem that I don't know how they solve it.
I don't think they do. I think, especially like I was saying, I don't have a lot of history, but watching my son, all he ever talked about was height. Height runs the game, and he'd always be chasing the tallest players in the game. Every time I talked to him, he'd be dropping guys like Kobe and Jordan and stuff like that to pick up, anybody that was 6'8" or above for a shooting guard or even taller.
Oh yeah,
and you're dropping the greatest players that ever played.
Yep.
For sometimes lesser named players. Going back to season 2, I remember. This doesn't really have to do with Giants, but I have to bring this up. I remember with the Dreamer pack. That was season 2, I believe, right, or season 3. Season 2, and KD was dropping. I couldn't wait, and. Ricky Davis dropping as well, and I remember sending out a tweet the night before, like, I feel bad for somebody who gets that shake, and you end up with wrong rim Ricky. I was the wrong one on that one. I'll tell you that card was something else.
Oh yeah.
But I was looking for that KD, and that KD ended up being, garbage. And Ricky Davis was the card for a while.
Yep, and I guess that's what keeps it interesting, because dropping 8 dark matter Yaos and stuff. So they do things like playoff Evos in the all-time event. Did you get into those?
Excuse me? I'm sorry.
Like the playoff Evos. I know they tried to a little bit of an attempt to keep it, 2K and NBA season relevant with the playoff Evos.
Yes, I got into them, but I more got into them from an auction house perspective. I did Evos along the way, but I was more trying to, get a player that I thought was going to have a good night. If it was the second quarter and I saw, a player going off, I'd hop in and I'd see, is there a cheap one on the market? Can I get one? Is there going to be an Evo tomorrow that brings this card up? So I was trying to play the auction house a lot more than I was trying to actually, collect those cards.
Oh yeah. That's how I got it too. I ended up losing because I went in with Jamal Murray and then they dropped it for 15K VC. So yeah, I liked it and then I didn't like it That's for sure. And it's any event that I lose MT on, I automatically don't like the event.
I don't like those either.
Yep. And then in season 7, the all-time, give us a daily grind for a player that we want.
Yeah, that was great. I think that was 2K trying to get back in good graces of some people that they really upset this year. It was nice to have the opportunity to get a free card. 30 free cards.
Yep.
I guess even more because you were able to pick the end game at the end. So 31 cards, right?
So looking back, we're moving into end game now, where all the cards are the same. They got some invincibles and stuff. As a whole, for 2K23, how do you feel about it?
Well, I said it earlier. It had its ups and downs. Season 4 was definitely the down. Season 5, I didn't feel like they were trying to make much of an attempt. I do like the way they started. The middle of it was really rough, and then it seemed like season 7 they really tried making an attempt of getting back involved with the community. Now where we're at, I mean, it's the end of the year. You can't really expect too much these end games, and they're just throwing skins on players. They're just the same guys, and I guess collectively as a whole for the year, from my perspective, I'm a grinder. I play online a lot, but most of it I'm grinding offline. So I enjoyed it. It gave me something to do, and likely 2K24 would be the same for me. But if I had to just sum it up, I really wish they would have handled the way they handled the MT buying in the middle of the year differently. I'm not saying it was okay to buy it, to get in it. I don't even call it an advantage. Everybody was doing it, but I just wish they would have handled it differently. I think a lot of players just got, like I said, the rug ripped out from under their feet, and there could have been some sort of warning instead of just you're done. And especially the comp players, they got pulled out of tournaments. It really left a sour taste in my mouth, and it took a while for me to get back to wanting to play every day. Because after season 5, I was like, I'm done with this. I know 4 was the bands, 5 they weren't really doing much. 6, I took a pretty substantial break from the game, and then I picked it back up in season 7, and they've been doing it a lot since. So I guess they're from a business perspective, good marketing, end the year strong. Get everybody to pre-order that 2K24, right?
Yep. Did they get you to pre-order 2K24 yet?
Well, when we were talking about the award from 2K TV, one of the things that came with that is a digital copy of 2K24, so I have that coming.
Oh, there you go.
Well, it depends. Like I'll take it. It's free. I'm not complaining about it. But also, I like the add-ons you get with some of the other editions, and I don't get those add-ons with the copy I'm getting from 2K. So I'm kind of torn on what to do. But one way or the other, I'll be playing 2K24 at the beginning.
All right, that's what I like to hear, and I appreciate you speaking to me tonight, or speaking to all of us tonight, getting your perspective. And I look forward to more content from you as well, because now I know I like to have a stable of information, and now I know where to go to get XP information.
Well, and I know where to go to get MT information, and I just wanted to, while I'm hopping off here, I just wanted to say thanks for the chance to speak, and to the listeners in here, just thanks for inviting me into your community. It's made the game a lot funner. So
Absolutely.
You all take care.
Absolutely.
I'll be listening for the rest of this space. Tim, you do a great job, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate you. I also appreciate another great community member that I haven't been able to talk to in a while, Video Game Nerd. And I'm sorry, Rye Guy and Fed. I know you guys have been up here forever, but hey, it's new speakers, you understand, right, Rye Guy, Fed? Video Game Nerd, how you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing great. And I don't know how long you've been into 2K. Did you play 2K22?
Yes, I did.
All right. How did you like that?
It was all right. I
Just-
did like grinding it because it was something to do, and I always have my memories whenever I played it on my phone through Xbox Cloud Gaming whenever I was on vacation.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, each different game is going to have different memories too, with different cards and different, especially with the community involvement too. You get to see who gets banned and who gets the trophy case finished first. So, with your enjoyment of 2K22, did you jump right into 2K23 last year?
Nope. Like usual, and this is, well, actually, I bought it, let me think. I think I bought it like 2 months before December, so like probably in October around season 2.
Okay. Did you get into the trophy case?
Nope.
Oh. you may have dodged a bullet there. I don't know.
I didn't get the chance to do it because I thought I came into the game late and I wasn't grinding the game as much because there was school, so.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. School first, of course. That's an easy decision there. So what did you remember getting into first back in season 2?
I actually have no idea because, like Ramsey, I played Madden too, so I was more hooked on Madden, doing more stuff in Madden than 2K. Like, I would always go back, grind some XP, and then, yeah, I never really was that into it because I just thought it was boring.
I totally get it. I understand it. 2K or MyTeam is a solitary mode. You play yourself unless you're playing against people. Co-op helped that, that's for sure. But then you also have to have people to play co-op with. So, as a base level, MyTeam is a solitary mode. So I'm glad that you found more enjoyment there. That's for sure. Got you out of Madden, so that's good. Because football's dangerous. We know that. And so season 4. Do you remember when Yao came out?
Yes, I do.
How did you feel about that? What did that look like for you?
So, I don't think I cared as much, but, like, once I saw the crazy MT prices and hearing how good Yeah was, I'm like, damn, this is gonna do something. Because I remember, I watched, I think it's called Logic Looks video. He was making a video spending MT on packs, and he pulled Yao and had to win a game, or he would have to discard it. And it was so fun to watch because, his reaction to the Yao pull, it showed that if you got this Yao, you were going to make it big with MT.
Oh yeah, that was the card to pull. And yeah, it was the card to buy if you had 2 million MT. Yeah, that made it rough because that's back. It seems like that was the MT Wild West back then, and I don't know how deep you got into that. I don't know if you participated in the dark arts of MT sales.
I did not.
All right, so you probably didn't get banned.
Never really had a chance because, again, I knew a lot of these MT sellers wanted like PayPal or whatever, and I don't have that kind of stuff, so I just never.
Good on you. Yeah, see, there another dodged bullet. See, you missed the trophy case and the MT banning. All right. What about like the Radiant set or the Stellar set? Do you remember a favorite card early on, season 4? Because I know the T-Mac was huge. D-Rob and Radiant, I love that card.
Yeah, I remember whenever the Stellar, I got D'Angelo Russell, which was one of my favorite cards to use, and I think that was really one of the big pulls that I got, and he actually did stuff for me because he was my shooting guard next to my John Wall that I got from lock codes from the 2K streams. So.
Okay. Oh, you got some locker codes of the 2K streams for the qualifiers?
Yeah, whenever they used to really give out, like, they just put the code on the screen, never put any question mark, and I got the John Wall. I could have gotten the Hakeem Olajuwon, but I was too freaking out.
Yeah, that's high stress. That's high stakes right there, trying to get those locker codes entered. Yeah, that's... but it keeps it interesting, right? What about out-of-position cards? You like out-of-position cards?
It's okay. I remember I saw a tweet with, I don't remember who, it was somebody in the 2K community that says out of position should be in its own game mode because of how insane it can get.
Good point. Good point. What about the Yaos? Because like season 6 was Dark Matter Yaos. Well, what does your team look like at this point? Are you trying to keep up with all these fresh cards coming out, or?
Nope, just taking my time.
Okay. See, that's smart. That's the low stress approach. I like that. What about the playoff evos?
I did some of them. I didn't do much because, again, I just didn't really want to evo cards. Like whenever they gave out that pre-Lonnie Walker, I didn't finish him because he needed steals, and I sucked at steals. So.
Yeah, steals are frustrating. That's for sure. There's a couple of methods if you know where to look.
Yeah.
And what about? Did you ever try to get any in the comp scene at all in the qualifiers? Did you ever? No.
Nope. First comp game I faced, I can find my Xbox messages I'm on right now, but
I don't know.
Again, it was my first ever comp game, and he decided to be like, he decided to be, annoying.
Yes.
So, I can't find him.
Maybe it's best that way, right? If it probably wasn't friendly messages. A lot of comp messages are not friendly. Yeah. But
I know it went along the lines as, I found it. It was, I can't find it. I'm not going to find it soon, but it was like something like, better luck next year, pal. It was like the last qualifiers, and he's like, better luck next year.
Yeah. Yep, and that's, you never know. You never know with the 2K community if a GG means good game or if it means something else.
Yeah.
You never know. That keeps it fun, right? Yeah, I try not to look at too many messages. But hey, it's a whole nother level of 2K interaction that you can participate or not. A lot of times it's wise not to participate in that kind of action. The back and forth and the messages. So your view as 2K23 as a whole, what do you think?
I don't know, man. It's there's so many things that I could say. There was the high points, but then there was the low points. But in my opinion, I'm not going to say it was completely a mess, but it was a sort of mess. With the whole banning people and there being cool cards to grind to the stellar rewards, I would actually say. Stellar reward packs. It just was chaotic at a time. And I felt like 2K went about this wrong because I remember the first day seeing the bans. I was in school and I pulled up my phone on Twitter because that's the one thing my school network allows, and seeing the bans, I'm like, wow, they're actually cracking down on this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was odd. It was odd that they I guess they sent the tweet, they warned everybody, but then the follow through was, I thought it was shocking, because I thought maybe it would have been just a flare up saying, hey, everybody stop buying MT, but no, they were serious about it. And so I guess for 24, I'd say avoid purchasing MT to anybody listening. Again, choose your own adventure, but but if I were me, I wouldn't do it. But Video Game Nerd, thank you very much for speaking tonight.
Thank you for having me. And the funny thing is this was my first year on MyTeam Twitter, and I'm glad the community welcomed me in with open arms. And it was just nice.
See, you're acting like a true pro. This is awesome, yeah.
Especially these spaces. This is what really got me into everything.
Wow. Well, I love to hear that. Because there's so many people putting on great spaces too, and And
Yeah.
and again, but it doesn't change you unless you decided to request to speak. You had to make that effort.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad you did. So just as much as you thank me, I thank you. All right?
And I'm just gonna say one last thing. A quote I will always go out on is, as long as you see the small things in the world, you can accomplish big things. And some of these smaller spaces where not a lot of people are looking to, they're definitely gonna lead to a lot of stuff. And I'm just thankful.
That's awesome. I nailed it. Yeah, or you nailed it. You nailed it. I'm speechless. I don't know how to follow that. But I guess I don't have to follow that because Fed has to follow that. Fed, you still there? I know I've had you up here forever. And how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
You're,
I've been doing.
you've been killing it on 2K23. So it makes me ask, did you play 2K22?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's the most hours I've had in the game.
But 2K22 was really. Were you making content for 22?
Towards the end of it, kind of like Hamza said earlier.
Okay. What made you decide to start making content? Was it that good of a game that you just had?
It was the streamers that I was watching at the time. They was encouraging me to start making content and stream it and whatnot. And rest is history, honestly.
Oh yeah. For history with a little. Did you pre-order 2K23 last year? Were you ready, chomping at the bit?
Oh, sir.
Were you in
I
on?
was pre-ordered.
Okay, first weekend.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Do you remember your first thoughts of the trophy case?
I really wanted to see it in action more than anything. I didn't really have too many initial thoughts at first.
And then, how did you approach it? Then did you kind of see what other people were saying about it before you decided to make a path, or who'd you go for first?
I forgot the first pink diamond I went for, but I know I went for AD first. He was the first overall I went for because I really wanted to shoot him big, and he was like perfect for what I needed at the time. So I definitely don't regret.
Yeah, AD was good for a while too. Good for a while.
Yeah.
So that was a smart move. And then they had the takeover cards back then, the 2-week grinds and stuff. Did you get in on those?
Oh yeah, I got like every takeover card that is in the game. Like even early on, and that working it with like the RNG and whatnot. But I definitely got all those cards.
Holy cow! So yeah, top grinder right out the gate. Then.
Yeah.
What about
Brian,
season 4 rolls around then? KG or no, the KG spotlights and Yao.
yeah, the spotlights.
Did you knock out the spotlights too?
Oh yes, sir. As a Timberwolves fan, I have to get every card in the area.
Of course. And then we see Yao. Yao, we are blessed with Eclipse Yao on the community. Did you notice the tweet from 2K that's talking about banning people for MT buying?
Yeah, I did notice that.
Were you nervous at all seeing that tweet?
A little bit, because at the time I felt like a lot of people was going to end up getting banned when they didn't really buy MT. So I was kind of afraid of that more than anything, because I knew in my heart that I'd never bought MT. I thought about it, but I never did it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think we are all tempted at some point when you see so many cards go for so much for so long, and you're like, yeah, I can't. I'll never afford this card. My pack luck isn't that good.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so we didn't have to worry about getting banned. So did you get some stellar packs then after everybody else got banned?
At the time, I didn't really open packs like that. I might have opened like a couple just to see how my luck was. Because, I mean, I feel like anybody would have opened at least a few. But I mainly just bought the cards off the auction house. I bought Ben Simmons and Scottie Pippen.
That's smart. Yeah. the longer you can avoid ripping packs, the longer you hold on to your MT.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about out of position cards? You like those?
I don't mind them too much, but like cards like Big Z are kind of like, and like Taco at the 4 is just really unnecessary and like gassing it, I feel like. So it's kind of like, I'm kind of 50-50.
How are you building your team along this journey? Let's say like season 4. Are you trying to get all the best cards? Are you running out in unlimited? Are you trying to keep a comp squad, or are you playing?
A little bit of me playing with the cards that I enjoy and that work with me. I'm a big proponent of that, especially in like playing unlimited and a lot of online. But I definitely got like some of the meta cards during that time of the game's life cycle.
You almost have to, right? Yeah. Because if you can't get Eclipse, you got to get Taco. You know, you got to have some kind of Taco stopper or Yao stopper, you know, or slower downer if they're not actually going to stop them to be competitive. Because especially you as a streamer, you play a lot of online competitive. I don't know if you call yourself competitive. I would call you competitive.
I am a casual.
I disagree, but it seems like that you still you.
That's cap.
Let's see.
You was gonna spawn nowhere, bro.
That's crap, man. My twin is calm, baby.
Yep.
Calm.
So do you feel like you need to have the meta cards to maintain your fake casual real comp persona?
Not all the time. I feel like you do need a couple of them at times, especially if you're like really deep into like playing online. If you want to win a majority of your games, but you can definitely go out there with like a lesser team and win a majority of the games.
Yeah, because you're not only just going out there playing, but you're streaming in front of people. So you got to have that extra level of, being good at the game.
Getting washed out every game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You have to be really funny if you're going to do that. I think that's going to be my goal. All right. If I'm just getting smoked by everybody, at least I can make some people laugh on the way down. Right. They're not there for the gameplay for me. So, as a whole, 2K23, Fed's experience. How'd it go?
It went well. It went well, honest.
If you
Started streaming more consistently, not only on making content on Twitch, but on other platforms as well. And I plan to do that a lot more in 2K24.
Oh yeah. You got to now, because now the people need it. They've seen what you can do on streams. 48-hour streams and crazy madness. Yeah. But so you getting 24 then?
Of course. Of course.
Did you pre-order it?
Nah, not yet. I will in August.
Well, good. Well, I look forward to more of these spaces, more 2K banter. Skull, Fed, you and me. Skull, that's right. We got that to look forward to.
Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
I said we are going to beat those fans.
Oh yeah, no, that ain't happening on any given day. Hey, listen, why do you think we got Adam Thielen? Y'all didn't want him? Damage good, y'all called him. Oh, he about to eat. Listen, I'm gonna make sure I'm at that game for the both of y'all, just so when we win, and I'm on the field next to Kirk Cousins saying, "You like that? You like that?" Y'all be right there, okay? Let's do this moment. All right?
Yeah.
Remember that.
I look forward to that. Thanks again, Fed, for speaking. Always, it's been fun getting to know you. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Tim, for hosting these spaces.
Absolutely, I got to talk to people like Rye Guy. That's what I'm here for. Talk to people like Rye Guy.
Yo.
How you doing, Rye Guy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Talking about putting a bow on 2K23.
Yep.
You've been playing a bit of 2K23. Did you play 2K22?
I did.
Okay. Did you create content for 2K22?
near the end of it, I started posting on Twitter a little bit.
And that's content. That's content. Content comes in all shapes and sizes. So it looks like there's a little bit of a theme of 2K22 ending and people getting the itch to make it more social.
Yeah.
So 2K23 rolls around. Did you pre-order that last year?
I did.
And did you have plans of making content for 2K23?
Not how I ended up making content.
Really?
Like I didn't see me streaming much.
Okay.
If any.
So that's a big change. Something happened along the path of 2K23 for Rye Guy that's turned you into a streamer.
Yep.
Yeah. Was it the trophy case?
No, definitely not.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Did you get in that trophy case early?
I wasn't able to get like any of those cards early. I never got Bird. I didn't get Timmy. But I ended up getting Dr. J around season 4, I think, season 5.
Okay, so you ended up completing the trophy case a little delayed.
Yeah, a little delayed.
Yeah, but hey, that's all right. You have to walk your own path, right? I know you make 2K yours. Walk your own path. That's the only way to enjoy MyTeam.
Yep.
You can't keep up with a streamer. I learned that early on the trophy case grind. You can't keep up with a streamer. No way. What about
you can't keep up with the people that got time.
Yeah, the people got the time. Yeah, or the willpower.
That was the start of school for me, so I didn't get much time to really do all of that.
Oh yeah. And I was watching some streamers. There were streamers like Smoke and Hamza, and you'd see an update. Oh, they got 16. Oh, number 17. And I'm like, I got 4. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
And I got the wrong conferences. I did something wrong where, things ain't going right. Got him in the end.
Yeah.
So happy I did it. What about
That's good.
What about the takeover players, the 2-week takeover players? Were you in on that at all?
I didn't do many of them early. Like I didn't do most of the season 1. But I did some of the season 2. But like the season 1, it was just excessive. Like, all of them were really excessive with how many games you had to play. But I got some of the Tuesday ones. I ended up getting the last one, who was Wiggins. So I got him. Other than that, I didn't get many of them.
Yeah. What about the RNG? Did you find more RNG luck with them? I got majority of my takeover cards through RNG luck.
Yeah, so I didn't get any through RNG the first 2 seasons. But when it came to season 3, I'm pretty sure Rex Chapman, I got him off the clutch time wheel, which I didn't expect. But the difference between season 1 and 2 to 3 is crazy, because I had around 3 in season 1 and 2. Like, both of them I had 3. And then season 3 I was missing, I think, 2 of them. So there was a huge difference. You could definitely see the difference between, like, RNG-wise.
Oh, yeah. It felt like it hit hard for a little bit, and it was great.
It definitely did.
Another thing that hit hard, maybe not so great, Eclipse Yao, season 4. How'd that look for you?
Hold on 1 second. I need to fix this. So season 4, Yao, I mean, he was game breaking and stuff, but I didn't get him. I didn't have the MT for him. Didn't buy MT to get him. And it was just, that was like, he broke the game, really.
Didn't get banned then? Is that what you're saying? You never bought MT?
I didn't get banned.
All right. Did you see the tweet from 2K about the bans?
I did.
What was your reaction? What was your gut? Or what did you think about that, I guess, looking back?
I think it was kind of like, I understood them giving the 10-day, like the ban's 10-day, like if the first offense, if they caught you buying MT, you would get banned for 10. But now they just changed it to immediate 30, which I understand that now because they've already enforced it so much, but they didn't care about it at the start of the year, so people did it. and even if you bought at the start of the year, you were getting banned in the prime of basically the prime of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it was that was like kind of didn't make sense to me because people got banned so late, so they already used the MT they bought. But
Yeah, it was odd. It was odd times, that's for sure. Odd times. And so the stellar packs came out after the bans. Did you get down on the stellar packs?
I did. I spent around at that time I think 500K.
Ooh, okay.
No, 200. I'm pretty sure I spent around 200 on those. But I made my MT back because I'm pretty sure I pulled 2 Scotties and a Ben auctionable.
Auctionable. See that? Oh, that's key. Auctionable. That's the key.
So I was able to sell them off and make my MT back that I spent on the packs. And I locked in the set. So
Yep.
I was able to lock in the set for free, basically.
Oh yeah, and that's you've got to be able to at least break even, right?
Yeah.
So
And
our super pack odds are when we
all
break even.
auctionable.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to have great luck to get the auctionable ones too. You know, it's got to be the
Yeah, it was because that was definitely still the less than 2%.
yeah.
But it was just all the other percentage was from the unauctionable cards.
Oh yeah, and I was hammering the unauctionable, and I didn't know what was going on because I was streaming. I believe that was streaming a pack opening. It was crazy. Again, crazy year. It's like Out of Position Taco comes out then too, same year or same season.
Yep.
So
That was
how you play? Do you feel like you need to be on the front end of all these cards that drop?
Not how I play. I normally I play no money spent really, and I just save all my MT. Like people like Hamza knows I can't spend even like 10K on a card early on in the game. So I was always rocking a no money spent squad while people were running their Yaos. Had my Desanya Diop.
Nice, nice. So you don't get down in the qualifiers or anything?
No, I don't play any comp my team.
Not at all. Why is that? You're good. You're good at the game. I've seen you play.
I don't know about that, but it's like I can't really like stay with it because I don't get as much time to like play the game during those seasons. Like I still got like school and stuff to do.
Oh yeah.
And now starting up work and stuff, I'm not gonna have really much time.
Yeah.
Like to play.
Oh yeah. Well, you never know. It's fun to throw the squad out there and get flooded by 20 and quit in the second quarter. Or no, I guess technically I didn't quit. I got disqualified for too many flash pauses. So it happens. But I didn't stall. I never stalled. I'm not a staller. I'll lose. I'll lose with my head held
I
high.
could admit I've done my fair share of stalling.
Oh yeah.
Pause cheesing. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Hey, you got to, right? Once in a while, you get caught up with the comp scene.
Yeah, I'm definitely triple threat made. I know that for a fact. I can't play 5v5 modes.
Yeah. So as a whole, 2K23, Rye Guy. What? How did your 2K23 experience go?
I don't think it was so. The gameplay wise, it was meh. I didn't really like how some stuff happened, like the paint defense being buffed, then nerfed completely to the ground, and then never buffed again. But overall, like Twitter-wise, Twitch-wise, the community-wise, I've gained like a lot of new people that I talk to in this game compared to 2K22. So it's been a good year for like socialization for me. That's what I would say.
1,000% I agree. So what's your plans for 24?
Plans for 24 is keep no money spent. Not going to spend much money on any money on the game. Rock my no money spent squad. Stick with my no money spent people. Gain my like 2 mil MT try and keep that till the end of the year, and then buy that God Squad and run co-op throughout the year.
Sounds like a heck of a plan. And stream it all.
And stream it all.
Stream it all.
And post on Twitter about my diamond cards that I get.
That's right. Get in early. Yep. Yeah, that's the move. That's the move.
In August.
Nice little amethyst we got cooking in these packs. Yeah.
Yep.
I appreciate you,
less
right
than
guy.
2% odds are definitely.
They're going to be less than 1% odds, right?
Making me wait for that game. I love those 2% odds.
And I just packed Pink Diamond John Wall, just so you know, Nightmare style. Yep.
That's great. That card was amazing when it came out.
Oh yeah.
That was a great card.
Kentucky legend.
Yeah.
Yep. Two other legends. I'd like to talk to Evan and Isaac at the same time. Evan and Isaac, how are you guys doing tonight?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing great. You guys were just at a softball game or a baseball game?
It's an OKC Sparks game.
Okay. So were you both there, Isaac and Evan?
Yes, we were both there.
All right. All right. Who's the bigger Sparks fan?
I think we both are.
You both are? All right. All right. So, Isaac, you've been playing a lot of 2K23. Did you play 2K22?
I did.
All right. All right. So, did you like 2K22?
It was really good.
Enough to make you get 23.
It did.
All right. What did you think about the trophy case? You remember the trophy case?
Oh, yeah. That was the first thing when I first got 2K23 was to grind with.
Oh, yeah. Grinding the trophy case. I think we were all caught up in the trophy case grind. You know, the whole first 2 seasons. And then the takeover players. Did you have a favorite player from the trophy case?
My favorite player is definitely the Pink Diamond Westbrook.
Oh, you ran him. Is that because he's from the Thunder?
Yeah, he was the triple-double maker for the OKC Thunder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, I ran Westbrook, man. His bully badge at the beginning of the year. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree. Clyde was my number 1 of all the trophy case, but Westbrook is right up there. Right up there.
Yeah, that's actually the division I was going for is for that Clyde.
Mm-hmm. So we were playing the same game pretty much. Look at that. Huh. What about when Yao came out? You remember when season 4 Yao came out?
Yeah.
Holy cow! Did you ever get him early?
I tried to pull him out of VC pack openings, but I couldn't get him.
No. Yeah, I had the same luck. I didn't get Galaxy Opal Yao until the Dark Matter Yao came out.
Oh, yeah.
So how are you? Do you like to try to build the squad, the top squad? So like when Taco comes out, do you try to get Taco?
I actually have Taco and been trying to build some squad building.
Okay. Do you have Shy Gildress on your team?
Dude, I have the Dark Matter one right now.
I figured you did. Yeah. How's the OKC squad looking? You happy with it?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
You need a Steven Adams, right? Endgame Steven Adams?
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be something that 2K to work on.
That'd be the card. To break the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the playoff Evos? Did you like, watching the NBA playoff games and then, having the 2K cards, affected by that?
That was something that was a big grind.
Yep.
Kind of.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I like when they, combine the video game sport with the IRL sport if they have the chance. That's nice connection. Well, how about the comp scene, Isaac? You play in the qualifiers at all?
I haven't really played in the qualifiers because I would usually get beat down.
Hey, I hear you, buddy. I hear you. I got beat down in the qualifiers. So, hey, you never know. And it was fun playing co-op with you the other night.
Yeah.
That's a nice little addition to 2K for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you were to play co-op right now, which card would you run out there?
I would either run out with the out of position Taco or Invincible Wembenyama.
Oh, you got Invincible Wemby?
Yeah.
Oh, he's...
I'm almost getting 2 half badges for him.
Oh, really? Okay, okay. So still grinding the Hoffs. Yeah, I have to flex. I got my Invincible Wemby to 64 Hoffs, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He cooks. So on a side note, not 2K related, Isaac, you were at a party recently.
Yeah, the Sparrow Dance.
Okay, and it was a themed party, I hear.
Yeah, it was the space theme.
All right, okay, and what were you?
I was the episode 8 Luke Skywalker, and my buddy Evan was Buzz.
Okay, and so who's the better dancer?
I would say myself, because I've been doing a lot of crazy dance moves.
I love that. And so, do they like judge the contest? Do they give like a best costume or anything?
Yeah, actually did like a costume contest for the best costume.
Okay. Did either of you guys come home with any hardware?
My buddy Evan came in second with some cash, and I came in first with cash.
So you guys are sweats online. You guys are sweats in real life. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
When's bowling start up again?
Hopefully back in either August or September.
August and September. Well, nice. Well, hopefully we get some updates. So your overall thoughts of 2K23, Isaac? Did you like it?
Oh, definitely. It was the best year to be grinding.
I think so. What about 2K24? You getting that?
I'm going to be getting it. Probably around before the release date.
Oh, okay. You're gonna get on the pre-order. I like that. You'll be grinding weekend 1.
Yep.
All right. I expect nothing less, Isaac. And a great job on winning the costume contest. Holy cow! You're gonna have to update your bio.
I know.
Evan, how are you doing tonight?
What's up, Tim? I see you changed your profile picture to Mr. Potato Head.
I did. Mellow with the hoodie. He was nice enough to make me some emotes a while back. It was time for a good rebrand. So I figure if my buddy made it, might as well throw it out there, right?
Yeah.
You changed yours too,
like
Evan. Don't think you can get out of this one. You changed yours too in the middle of this space, Evan.
Did you?
Oh, thank you, Jimmy. I'm glad you noticed.
It's not the other one that actually changed theirs.
Oh, we all changed them now? Rebrand?
Yep, we swapped it out.
Jimmy doesn't miss a beat.
Yeah, see, Jimmy keeps me in line. Yeah. So I'll have to figure out what's there. I guess there was some profile swapping going on. I like that. That's good. Keeps it interesting. So how was the game, the Sparks game, Evan?
It was really good. OKC was down 1-0, but then they came back and took the lead. And then the best part was my friend Sid Sherrill hit a clutch 2-out base hit. Right, Isaac?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. What kind of food do you guys get when you go to the ball game?
We usually get, like, ballpark food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's that? Pretend like I've never been to a baseball game. What food do you order?
They get burgers, hot dogs, all the good jazz.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cracker
And one
Jacks.
of the best desserts is definitely snow cones.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
Now you're talking my language. Have you guys ever caught a foul ball?
I tried to, but I did not.
Isaac,
I
you ever?
think the one time was probably an OKC Dodgers game.
Okay, there you go. See, I've been to quite a few baseball games, never even been close enough to think the ball was coming to me. So that's on me.
And I did this one story, and it was on a New Year's Eve back in 2021 when the Thunder was on against the Knicks. I actually caught a T-shirt.
From like the cannon, or was like the cheerleaders throwing it, or how'd you get that?
They were like, the cheerleaders were like throwing it.
And we're
right in front of me, in from some guys from New York. And they thought they had it, but it landed in their chair, and I just got it.
Just
Well,
scooped
that
it.
happened to me one time when I was at the Thunder Phoenix game.
Okay. And you ended up with the T-shirt?
Yep.
Sweet. See, now, yeah, man, I need to go to more games. Yeah, there's never even a thought. It's like they'll launch the cannon up in the air, and it looks like it's coming, then it'll drop like 40
Yeah,
rows
like,
down.
Then boom.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not even close for me. So do you get to go to a lot of baseball games?
Yeah.
Okay.
One time we actually used to work for the OKC Dodgers.
But not anymore since COVID hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's you get a little bit of behind the scenes action when you work for the team.
Yeah, we loved it.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. So tell me about. I hear you finished second place in the costume contest, Evan.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
that's pretty amazing, right? And what was your costume?
Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story.
All right. Do you get down on the dance floor as Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah, he likes to show off his cool groove, and like he did in the end of Toy Story 3 when he was doing that Spanish dancing.
Oh boy. And so that's the moves you pull out to win the contest there?
Yeah, and I did my own laser impression.
Oh, laser. Perfect. Yeah, you got to play the whole character, right? If you're going to be Buzz Lightyear, you're going to have a laser.
Yeah, that's true. But Isaac really loved his costume. His costume made me smile.
Oh, yeah. So what's the next big event you guys got coming up?
Well, pretty soon, like in August, we're going to go meet the Sooners to get some autographs, maybe, if they'll come around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be fun. And then Isaac mentioned that bowling's maybe coming up next month or two as well.
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, stay active. That's how you stay healthy, by staying active.
Yep, and being positive.
And exactly, and being positive. And you guys have been two of the most positive influences on me this year. I can't thank you guys enough. You know.
Oh, you betcha.
We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, because Isaac, you given me the tips, MLB tips, and 2K tips. And Evan, I don't even think you made it to get 2K yet, but
No, I have not played it yet. I've been taking it easy.
oh yeah, and you've been busy too. Come on, yeah, I don't expect you to. But
yeah, I know a lot of people love playing it because I like to check on the updates.
and that's what we're here for. We're talking about a video game, and talking about our summer plans, and talking about winning costume contests.
Yep, and of course, Green Lantern changed his profile picture. By the way, it's an eagle logo I made for him.
Oh really? I sound
Yeah, I made it for him because he loves his eagles.
I love that. See, I don't know if maybe in the space my profile pics aren't updated because I haven't seen anybody change anything yet. And that may be just because, and it probably happened on the updated version because the whole Twitter changed its name. What do you think about that? Twitter changing its name to X? Is that?
Isn't that crazy? What do you think, Isaac?
I think that's the most craziest thing that has ever happened.
I think it's pretty crazy too. But everybody's always trying, that's why we've tried changing our profile pics, right?
Yep,
Huh?
I got to be there for each other.
So Elon is trying to change Twitter's profile pic. That's it. But I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight, for sure. And not only tonight, but all the other spaces as well.
No problem. We're always happy to jump in and say hello.
Yep.
For ya.
And even if you decide not to get 2K24, Evan, and I know Isaac, you're going to get 2K24. The invitation is always here to come and chat with us, my dude, for sure.
Oh yeah, we'll always be ready for anything that hits.
I appreciate that. Another guy that's ready for anything that hits is that Chur? James Chur?
Yo, Tim.
Feels like forever since I talked to you.
It's been a minute, man. I had to come in here. I had to come in here and say what's up to everybody.
I appreciate that. We appreciate that as a community. You played quite a bit of 2K23.
Yeah, I did.
Did you play 2K22?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so were you making content in 2K22?
Yeah, I was. I became like a 2K main for streaming. Sometime in 2K20, I switched over to like 2K full time while I was streaming. So ever since, I mean, I've played the games before then, but I wasn't really streaming them that much until 2K20. So yeah.
Okay. And then, so, what got you the content creation bug for 2K? Where did that come from? Was there other streamers that you were watching, or?
That's a great question. Definitely some content creators I had met that were doing it. At the time, I was doing a lot of UFC gaming, and for years I played UFC. That was the game I mained, and I hated the direction they went in with a couple of the last games, and I just wasn't a fan, so decided to give 2K a try, and the community was just absolutely amazing. When I started streaming 2K right off the bat, everybody was just so welcoming and cool and chill, and compared to what I was dealing with UFC, it was very toxic.
That's one thing I've noticed about the community. Yeah. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
It really is.
So jumping from 22 to 23 last year, were you in the game right away?
Yeah, I was. Yep.
What was your thoughts about the trophy case? That's our greeting to 2K23.
I mean, of course, at the time, I mean, I really enjoyed the trophy case. I don't think I was using too many of the players, but of course I had to get my guy Dr. J. That was my main objective. At first I told myself, I'm like, I'm not going to finish this Larry grind, let me get my hands on Dr. J. And, of course, just being a grinder and stuff, I was just went for it all. So,
oh yeah.
And I enjoyed the grind. I enjoy the offline grind and the online grind. So,
we're grinders. Half of my team is about grinding something, and somebody said it earlier. You're grinding for something that we might not even use, or we probably won't even use. But
for sure.
But it's about the grind, and
exactly.
But something that people did use was Yao, Eclipse Yao.
Yes.
That hit the community like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, it did.
What were your thoughts? Because there was a tweet around that same time about banning people for MT. I did not buy MT, so I didn't have to worry about it. But Fed brought up a good point a little later on about some kinds of the bans were getting a little. They'd have to get. You'd have to go to support to get your ban overturned if it was wrongfully banned. So
yeah.
There was times that I sold a whole ton of shoes, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is the day that they say, "Yep."
Yeah.
So were you worried about the ban?
I mean, was I worried? Not really, but at the same time, I mean, I was a person that was buying MT. I'd been buying MT since 2K20. So when I saw it, I'm like, okay, like I get it. They're trying to crack down. They're trying to scare people, and like in the sense of being like worried. I was like, if I catch a ban for, at first it was 2 weeks for, your first offense. And then, a couple of months later, they bumped it to 30 and took away the 2 week. And, I took my ban and stuff, and, it was what it was. As far as like Eclipse Yao, like I didn't buy MT specifically for him to get him. I don't think I got him for a while. I was just running with the guys that I had, but yeah, I mean the ban thing was obviously it was messy at when it happened, around the community. A lot of people were worried, and then I don't think some people were, you know what I mean? But no, me personally, I mean, I took my ban, and just went with it, and I have 2 consoles, so like it was easy for me to swap over and play.
Oh yeah. Oh, if you have a backup plan already, yeah, it's a little easier to stomach. A little easier to stomach.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, that whole situation was interesting. the way 2K chose to do it, not the best way, just coming out of nowhere, and just like banning, I felt like it just came out of nowhere. It wasn't really like a warning. It was just, all right, straight up cracking down. So, I felt that was a little unfair to the player base at first, but I mean, it is what it is now, right? It's been months, so.
Oh yeah. And what about like they dropped the stellar packs after that? What did you think about that?
Yeah, that was interesting because I mean, my thing with that was just what I think a lot of people talked about, tweeted about was, are they going to keep it this way with people pulling better cards, but they're non-auctionable, stuff like that, and was it kind of like a slap in the face of the community, saying like, oh, we're only going to do this like a couple times while people are banned, and then take it away, which they kind of did. And I mean, for me, it's like when I miss certain content at the time, when I'm consistently streaming, unfortunately, I haven't been the last couple months. Just a lot of life stuff going on.
Sure.
But but at the time, you want to get those good cards. You had Ben Simmons in there.
Are you a comp
Scottie
sweat?
Pippen.
That's why you need the good cards. Sure. Are you a comp sweat?
No, I'm not. No, not really. I'd say just because, like, I mean, I can't dribble. I still can't dribble that well in 2K. I'm not like a dribble head. So I feel like, not that you have to be a dribble head. I feel like to completely be comp, but to be on a certain level, you gotta. I feel like you have to have a certain skill set, with that as well. But I mean, at the same time, it was more having better cards, just mainly for stream. People want to see you pull good cards, when pack openings and all that good stuff on stream, and pulling the good cards, using the good cards.
Oh yeah, and showing like it's kind of like a gameplay in real life. They get to hop in your stream, they see you using the cards that are fresh in the packs. So yeah, and you're cooking a little bit with them. Yeah, so it makes sense. It makes sense why you'd want like the cards like the out of position taco.
For sure. Yeah.
If there's a rebound to be had, you want that guy on your squad to get that rebound.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I was never really big on watching like gameplay videos throughout the last few years. I started watching some this year, before buying a card from the auction house or ripping packs. I'd watch a couple people on YouTube do gameplays now first. Instead of just straight up, spending money and trying to get certain cards right off the bat, just to see what people's opinions were and things like that. But like I said, everything, most of the things that I did was strictly for the stream, for the content. So I never really tried to be, like a comp player. It was more just making content for the people that enjoyed my stream, enjoyed coming by, the people I appreciate that always come through, and those types of
and that's a good system, really, if you just stream the game that you'd be playing anyway, the style that you'd be playing anyway, if you weren't streaming. It's a little easier to fire up, a little easier to start a stream. Yeah, I hear you there, and it's funner to play with the best cards too.
I mean, of course, it always is. These end game cards have been rough. I picked up a bunch of them, and I'm just like, I'm so back and forth with, wanting to use them, not wanting to use them, and doing it just because it's the end of the game. We're about close to a month away from the next game, and the jumpers on these end game cards, man, they're tough. They're inconsistent. So I've been battling that too. Like, just when I am playing the game, wanting to have those cards because I'm able to afford them or whatever the case may be, and having them and then struggling to use them. You know, like my 3-point percentage has gone down tremendously trying to hit threes with these cards, and
I bet.
you know.
Oh yeah,
It is
I've
what it
struggled
is,
too.
though.
I've struggled too. That's why the Invincibles over end games is a thing. I enjoy a couple of the Invincibles. That's for sure.
For sure. I mean, I know with the meta right now, it's tall lineups. That's the big thing, right? It's getting past some of those tall lineups. When Wemby came out, obviously, that was a big thing. But then you had to add a position stuff. You had Taco, you had Jokic at the 1, KG at the 2, and a lot of these tall players that were coming out, and you wanted to kind of keep up with that too, because you don't want to go in unlimited and feel like you're at a complete disadvantage strictly because of height. So, which don't get me wrong, I can have a tall lineup and I'll get cooked in unlimited. So there's people that
you never know. You never know with unlimited. You never know.
Exactly. You never
and that's why we keep coming back. We never know we don't know what's going to happen with 24. But as of 23, your overall thoughts, 2K23, what do you think?
Overall thoughts, like in terms of gameplay, I'll say, the potential was there in the beginning for a while. The green or miss, and paint defense I felt like was off the entire game from the beginning, but green or miss was nice in the beginning, and it felt like it was there, and then they throw a couple patches out there and people are hitting whites left and right. But like my overall experience, I don't fully look at it as like the gameplay aspect, and a lot of the content early on, like the trophy case and the playoff evos later down the road, they had some cool stuff going on, but my focus has always been content for my stream and just interacting with the community and that stuff. So as far as like the gameplay, I'll say as a whole, I had a great year with the game, and a lot of that comes from the community. These stuff that you do with a lot of people. Shout out to a lot of people in here, because a lot of these dudes support me. A lot of people in these spaces. And,
what's your plans for 24? What's your plan for 2K24?
I'll have it day one. I'm going to pre-order it pretty soon. I'm going to try to get back to consistent streaming, of course, for the beginning of it, and hopefully things are straightened out by then, and I can do that and get back on the grind, and I'm just looking forward to getting back into the groove of being a consistent streamer and trying to, there's a lot of great content creators, I think, that came out of 2K23. And we met a lot of great people in the community and new people and all that stuff. And overall, like I said, I think it was still a great year, despite maybe some of the gameplay issues and what went on, with the company and stuff like that.
And I do have to say, I appreciate that Dark Matter Harden that you put up for auction that I was able to scoop.
I got you, man.
That was great. That was great. And that's another fun 2K story. Yeah, fun 2K story. Hey, wait a second. I sold that one last night. Yeah. But thanks again. Thanks again for speaking, sure. And good luck. Good luck in 24, of course. We'll be supporting you. This community is great as far as supporting people.
Man. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I hope everybody, has a great time with the rest of this game or whatever game they're playing, and can't wait to see y'all on 24.
For sure. Another guy that's been killing it in 2K23, Jimmy Crackcorn. How you doing tonight? Maybe having some technical difficulties. Jimmy, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Loud and clear.
How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for letting me speak, Tim.
Appreciate it. Oh, of course. One space creator to another, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Did you play 2K22?
I did. I actually was an auction house grinder more than I actually played the game.
Okay.
Ended the year with approximately 10 million MT and pretty much every good card since season 6 because I was able to find some glitches in the auction house and really just have a regenerating source of MT. So I've talked about how I did that in the past, but I came into 23. I did pre-order. I booked a flight to New Zealand, so I was able to get access to the game like 24 hours prior. And I was on that first weekend, and I was really inspired and motivated by the trophy case because it was like something that 2K had never given to us in 22. The free cards being the sort of best cards in the game. So I saw it as a viable model for me to switch from exclusively kind of grinding the auction house and really only having the best cards, never to really use them, to actually playing the game. So my main modes are offline, primarily triple threat, clutch time, and then some domination earlier in the year when those cards are a little bit more valuable. Like I definitely got Julius Randle, but especially this year challenges. I thought challenges really hit hard, and I know some people don't consider challenges to be like their own separate game mode, but they're in a separate tab and offline, and from the packs to the Galactic Spotlights, which I really enjoyed, and also found some of them to be really difficult. Scoring 14 post moves on Dorian Finney-Smith, hitting something like 15 threes.
Shout out Jimmy.
Against Kenny Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, shout out DFS. He was in here for a bit. Those were two of the notable ones, but it brought me back to an experience I had in 21 that I wasn't successful at, which was the taco spotlights. Those spotlights, I couldn't. There was, I think, like 30 of them. I only got about 16 to 18, and I had just started playing in April of 21, so those came out in June. I really just enjoyed how it brought the community together and really kind of brought that comp sweat out in people. So when 23 dropped, I was in it. I was locked in. I set my sights on James Worthy because I felt like he was, from the gameplay reviews that I'd heard and just overall what I was looking for, what I wanted. I got Worthy, then I got Westbrook, then I focused on that first Opal, which was going to be AD. I devoted myself to the trophy case, and through the first 3 seasons, only completed most of the Tuesday grinds. I didn't do Elgin Baylor because it was something insane, like 1,000 points with Lakers players in like the 3rd week of the season. And I didn't do Donovan Mitchell because I played pretty much mostly on next gen, and steals are really hard to get on next gen. They're slightly easier on current gen against the CPU, but I just found it a hard time, and I wasn't going to get 160 or 120, however many steals there was for Donovan Mitchell. Oh. And I remember writing this direct message to, and I sent it to about 10 people in the community. And it was basically like, that meme where a guy's like, I'm not reading all that. I'm really happy for you, or sucks that happened.
Or sorry for your loss. I mean? Yeah, yep.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yep.
Some people were just like, I'm going to read this later and get back to you. Not a lot of people replied, but it was essentially this really long paragraph about how they switched in season 4. They switched from the mode rewards being trophy case pieces, specifically centerpieces, to cards and to packs, and the mode rewards for limited, which is like the mode that I have the most fun playing with because I'm a card collector and I like the challenge of bringing new lineups, and I also like to challenge myself in a sort of light version of online play. It was a box. It was like a flight school box. So it really, what I wrote to these people was, hey, isn't this weird that 2K is basically changing the psychology? They're changing it from, us being able to determine our free mode reward, which is like a centerpiece equated, a pink diamond, or if you got enough Galaxy Opal, Dark Matter, all that, to basically telling us completing clutch time offline, you'll get Ricky Davis. And so it was a thought to me of just 2K kind of changing the psychology around encouraging people to buy packs. And this is also around that time in season 4 when we saw a total shift in 2K psychology and their approach to dealing with challenges among the players. And I didn't get Yao. I thought Yao was the perfect bait to get people to buy MT because of the clamor and the FOMO and just the desire that if you wanted to be that guy, you needed that card. Shout out to Stogie. I think the point that he made about the Cosmic set, that's a little bit overlooked, but preceded immediately the drops that, that was that. I think that was kind of that nail in the coffin. Those 3 really good players. I've never bought MT. I didn't get banned. This is the first year that I actually bought VC, and I bought VC $100 pack, 450K VC to get Invincible Wembanyama. I had some left over. I got Taco this past weekend. But again, I felt like a lot of people mentioned that 2K could have handled the bans a little bit better. I thought that one thing that I've wanted more from 2K this year is improved customer service. I work in an industry. I work basically for the federal government, and the role that I have is getting young people to accept challenges and take on commitments to things that are larger than themselves. And to do that and to convince people who sometimes take a hard time convincing, you have to have really good communication skills. You have to have really good customer service. And so I felt like the ball was dropped, or the ball was actually taken, punted, and kicked in people's, nether regions. It felt like intentionally. And I have connections to people that it's like I'm watching LeBron James, the dude's younger than me, and actually the person I look up to, in 2K, I look up to people that are younger than me, like age ain't nothing but a number. But one guy that I've talked about in the past, and that I still, he's a motivational person for me, and he allows me to engage and become better in 2K. That's Ty Debo, and I think he approached the topic with some really great honesty, with some really great transparency, admitted what he had done, spoke to sort of the psyche of the player base that, he was like, I bought MT in October. And if I would have known that I could have got banned, I was going to get banned, I wouldn't have done the last 3 qualifiers that I did. And so that sort of honesty, his ability to actually get a call with the 2K development team or the basically people in Take-Two International to talk about the MT situation and actually make a video where he shared some of what they told him, that the MT situation is getting out of hand. They saw how much I was going for, and they sort of had to take these steps. I think it's a slow burn. I look at this year more as 2K, a main mission that they've had. The gameplay and other things aside is to change the psychology and get people to not rely on buying MT. I think they've done that almost masterfully within this last month and a half with the guaranteed packs, because what those do is they allow people who need the cards for their livelihood or want them because they want to be a top player in stream to have those legally. And oh, by the way, they've also lowered the prices in the auction house. You can get a Yao for less than 400K sometimes. 400 is probably about the price right now. Last year, same Yao was going for $1 million, maybe 700 to 1,000. But it's also an interesting comparison to 22 because a guy like Manu Bull, a guy like Galaxy of Liao Ming, those are both free reward players. And so when I saw them change those to, the most unattainable, most expensive card through essentially April, as well as the lock-in to end all lock-ins, it really showed me that they were out for the bag this year, and they really wanted to kind of maximize that. I look at my experience in 23 and the overall experience of the game. It's like a turd sandwich. It's good on the outside, kind of crummy in the middle. But it has that effect of when you're committed to something like a lot of us in the space are, and for me, I treat it as my primary entertainment source. So when I have 2 hours at night, after my responsibilities with work, after my responsibilities with my family are done, I'm playing the game. I'm going and engaging and doing different things. So it's something that I enjoy, and it's something that I think too much about, really, if I'm being honest with you about it. But I also think it provides me with a good deal of goal setting. It provides me with a good deal of goal achievement, and it's just a fun way to engage and sort of do things that I've always liked, from when I was 12 and 13 years old, and just playing video games.
Did you play in any qualifiers?
Say that again?
You been playing any qualifiers? You say you've been hanging out with Ty Debo a little bit. You playing any qualifiers?
No, I didn't. Because qualifiers are I have a family. I have 2 young kids, a daughter who's 11 and a daughter who's 7. And so on the middle of the day on a Saturday, It's like
You ain't got
hey,
4
I'm gonna
hours
go
to
play this
sweat
video game.
online.
Hey, I'm gonna spend up to 4 hours playing this video game.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't. I was coaching soccer. I was at a swim meet. I was doing other stuff. So just like it wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah, I'm gonna play 4 hours of video games in a row, and you're probably not gonna want to talk to me because I'm gonna be comped out. I'm gonna have a headband on. I'm gonna be angry.
Anxious. I'm gonna be downstairs, so I can have a wired connection.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be down by 4 at any point. Yeah.
So that's not kind of in my realm. I like to say I got better at playing online because it's something that I really challenge myself with. And shout out to Ramsey for bringing me into some co-op and doing that kind of more recently. And shout out to the limited mode, which has overall, I think this year been executed pretty well outside of the end rewards. I think in general, the rules have been unique enough. They hit a period in Season 7 where it was just really redundant and repetitive. But I also like some predictability. Like, it's going to be Eastern Conference, a DM, a Galaxy Opal, a Pink Diamond, a Diamond, and Amethyst. You must use one Michael Jordan. Like, I've pretty much figured out that's what it's going to be. So I like that. I like having a mode that you can kind of rely on for that predictability. And I don't mind that 2K is predictable in terms of the players that they drop, in terms of the experience that we can expect. I just wish there was more outward communication on 2K's part to allow people who need that scheduling, they need that structure, they thrive on that, to be able to be more able to predict 2K's movements in terms of the MT bands, 2K's movements in terms of things like mini seasons and other projections within the mode that we might want to take because it's something that we spend an outsized amount of time on.
Yep. So you getting 24?
I pre-ordered Wemby for the Wemby edition, not for Wemby, but I was like, look, it cost me $150 last year. I didn't use League Pass as much as I thought, but when I look at how much time I invested into it, how much value I got out of the game, and what I would compare it to otherwise, it's like money well spent. So
and if the free agent Wemby carries that co-op stipulation that he doesn't expire, that's a nice little gem.
Well, I mean, I'm banking on that.
Yeah.
It was something that I said to people. I said to a good buddy in the community, Big Heck, that hey, this is a gamble, this is a risk, but I'm pretty sure free agent cards don't expire when you use them in co-op because co-op operates in this other realm where you don't really earn MT and you don't really have these other stipulations. So I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too much, but that was kind of a reason, like, and especially early on, if you're able to use them, like I'm not going to be using them in like a tournament or anything. Like some people use free agents, but I think it's worth a shot. And he's a fun card. He's my most fun card to use all season. He's the most fun I've had with a card since Invincible Bulbul in 21.
Yeah, and that's sold. See, they should have had you selling this pre-order right there. You see, and now I was ready to pre-order, but now it's too late. Just now after what you just said. Yeah.
But believe it, they'll come out with another promo as the game heats up, and they want to get more people to get the game before it drops. So I was just kind of sitting on my couch all by myself on the 17th of July. I thought about it for a week and was like, hit a button, type in a code, hit another button. There's $160 out of your bank account. Yeah. And I was like blown away. I'm like, it's that easy? It's that easy to just drain $160?
Yeah. And it is easy. And that's the slippery slope of even packs too. We got to avoid that. We will avoid that in 24. But thanks again, Jimmy, for speaking. Thanks again for everybody for speaking tonight. It's been a fun year, for sure. And I think I might just close my space tonight. Our space. I can't thank everybody enough, for real. And I said at the beginning of the space, I had 43 Twitter followers at the beginning of 2K23, and because of this community that accepts people, if you're here for the right reasons, if you're here to build friendships, if you're here to build connections, if you're here to be real with people, you can grow something really easy. I'm proof of that. I'm not a comp guy. I like to hang out and chat with people, and I've proved that a lot of people like me like to hang out chat with people. We can make this game social, and we can we can make my team bigger than it is. And again, we're rolling into 24. No space next week. Got IRL stuff going on, and it happens. So take some time off. We'll refresh, recharge. I'll be streaming still, but again, please comment, like, subscribe. This is the best community. On to the next one. And that's it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. This is the best community. Packs are terrible. 2 Josh Giddies in a row. Who gets that?